Are you all right?
Fine.
You lost $58,000. It goes, of course, to my charity. I think it's better if we don't continue.
Can we play one more game for the rest of the world? Win or lose?
You know what that could mean?
Yes.
Good. Best of luck.
You too.
Final game. Remaining countries of the world. Value $325,000. Play. New missile destroyed. New pain level 50%. Danger level. Repeat. Danger level.
Mexico!
Mexico!
Oh, we are headed off to Mexico.
For E-Trace.
For E-Trace.
Or is it A-Trace?
E-Trace.
It'll be E3.
20 días. Year.
2010.
TalkRadar uno. TalkRadar 105.
105.
Still fucking.
Your Spanish is awesome.
Look, I only had to take 3 years of it. You can't expect me to have learned anything. I was busy trying to prepare for the E3 onslaught this week, which we're going to talk about.
I am Brett Elston.
It's only been a minute.
I know, but I just like when people talk before they've introduced themselves.
Okay, I'm Christopher, and he's
I'm Michael Raparez.
I'm Henry Gilbert.
and
Oh, I already did
Hey,
mine.
shut up, this is Brett.
there it is. Yeah, I might have to retire Brett, but I'm not even sure if it's still funny.
We
I
need
don't
to
know.
do a Brett
We
Pod
need whiskey.
2.0.
We were silly last week.
Yeah, where's the whiskey goes? Who gave us the whiskey?
It all
I wasn't
went,
here. I was
Tommy's.
stuck on a
Yes.
plane.
That is TalkRadar Irishman Gazdog.
I see.
Gazdog gave us the liquor.
I wasn't even stuck on a plane in the air. I was stuck on the tarmac of goddamn Chicago's airport, which
O'Hare?
O'Hare, not Midway, O'Hare, which was like a sitcom level of delays where it began as, well, the flight's just delayed because when the captain gets on, like, well, we can't get this door shut on the
My
back.
seat's stuck.
We got to call the mechanic down and close this door. 20 minutes go by. Well, there's 4 mechanics down there. They can't figure this door out for nothing. I'll tell you, I don't know when we're getting out of here.
We're
so
in a
just
real
sit tight.
shit pickle right now.
Then, an hour later, we get out onto the runway, and then, hey, got a big old summer storm heading from the northwest, and they're not letting any planes take off. So another hour waiting for the storm. So
Yeah, now the sun's in my eyes, and
you ever taken off a plane into the sun? It's hard.
I'm not flying. Not flying this plane into the God Helios today.
So what do we got this
So that's why
What
you
do we
want
got
to-
this
Still mad I ripped off his head in that game.
Why we are giving away another Split Reason shirt. Bullet William.
I like that shirt.
We may announce the winners.
Bullet William.
Bullet William. It's awesome. It's
You should have a
very
sound
dapper
effect of
Bullet
Bullet
Bill.
William.
Do I? No, I don't have one. That's the fireworks.
Oh, is it?
But I do
I think
have
it's the
that.
same sound.
If you want to continue talking about the top 7, then I'll find it.
Well, we'll also be doing the top 7, and I imagine there's some game deals later on. And
This is
There
all
were
true.
some new releases.
new releases this week. It's kind of drying up, but this is like the last week of notable things. But every week we
Well,
talk
that's
about
our-
the top 7.
Yep, there will be nothing notable next week.
And that's, yeah.
It's going to be pretty boring next
The only
week.
thing notable about next week will be the 5,000 articles we'll be writing and 7 podcasts I believe Chris is committed to.
Oh my goodness! Ooh, but a nice co-cast with a familiar guest. I'm very excited.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I hope some of us can be on that.
yeah. Some of you
Some of
draw
us.
straws.
All right.
Chris is the only one who...
This is a top 7. I had a.
It's a standard we do each year now. It's the week before E3. We always do this
right.
top 7 games we want announced at E3 2010.
I'm not talking about this one. Fuck you guys.
All right.
What is it?
E3 games we want announced at E3.
Yeah, and Charlie wouldn't let me do Kingdom Hearts 3 again because I did it last year. And I'm like, Charlie, everything's different now. There's Marvel, and I could throw all the Marvel characters on the picture with dinosaurs and Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And he's like, I don't know. And then I see
the
stuff that shows up on here again.
GTA 5 isn't here.
Hey,
spoilers.
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, Monday spoilers.
Not yet. Okay, number 7. BioShock 3. Is this an actual rumor going around that BioShock 3 could be announced?
I don't think there's any rumors. Well, there was that conference call from Take-Two.
Oh, yeah, I listened in on that.
They said, BioShock they're going to stand by it?
Yeah, well, so, on the conference call, they said, well, our projections are down a little because BioShock 2 wasn't a super huge seller, but we're still committed to this. And then somebody later asked him, was 2K Marin still working on that? 2K Marin's really busy with XCOM, but this is still a franchise we are committed to. So
it could not be from they'll switch developers again.
Maybe it could be 2K Australia, which is also 2K Marin now. Or maybe it go back to Ken Levine. Maybe that's what Ken Levine's secretly been working on this whole time was BioShock 3.
I want to skip straight.
So is it 2K Marin or 2K Boston that's actually made up of people formerly of Irrational Games?
No,
Boston.
2K Boston.
Yeah, well, maybe it should shift to them.
2K Boston
Maybe.
was that was Irrational Games and now is Irrational Games. 2K Boston was
Irrational
the
Games
once
again
and
now.
future Irrational Games. Yeah,
I see.
Either way, I believe this to be a long shot.
Yeah, I don't think any of us expect it, but it's I believe Charlie wrote
want
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, I believe, wrote this entry, so he's kind of
Yeah.
he would like it to be there.
It's so strange to think about what they can still announce at E3 because it seems like the press conferences are where they announce most everything.
Yeah,
and that's mostly about exclusives.
Well, the publishers still have their announcents too.
yeah. The publishers like Sony
have their
hasn't
own press
really said.
conferences.
I mean, we know Killzone 3 is coming, and
Yeah.
basically know Infamous 2 is coming, but Sony will still have to trot out something. Metal Gear Rising's been absent almost until completely.
That'd be funny that Rising got first announced at that 360 at the Xbox conference last year, and now would get re-announced at the Sony
It's
one.
actually the first thing I mention in my feature that goes up today, which is games we haven't seen since last E3.
Oh.
But we're getting off topic, and that's probably going to have to be edited out if
It will not.
it somehow is. If we somehow see more ahead of E3.
Okay. All right. That was number 7.
That was
Hey.
relevant.
I'd
Yeah.
really like to see
We
Ken
want to see
Levine actually show
BioShock
up this
3.
game.
Number 6 is, I'm guessing, Michael's entry.
Yeah, it's one of my entries. Prototype 2. I should explain this first.
Yeah.
Originally, it was going to be a combined entry for Infamous 2 and Prototype 2. And then at the last minute, I think on Friday, we got the rug pulled out from under us when Sony actually announced Infamous 2.
Just hours
Game
before we
Informer.
were going to finish posting it.
Yeah, they're posting it on a time deployed basis
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Monday. Anyway, so I kind of had to, at the last minute, yank Infamous 2 out of the entry and make it just about Prototype 2, which I admit, even though I thought it was the better game, is not as exciting.
Yeah, it isn't as exciting.
No.
I
It
don't
works
care
good
that
as
much
a co-entry.
about what's his name?
I'm gonna find out who did this to me. And I'm gonna make him pay. Yeah. Shut up.
Alex Mercer.
Alex Mercer.
But he's fun to play as.
Yeah.
Is it not as exciting just because Prototype was the better game and there's not as much room to whereas Prototype was a great idea kind of marred by a few things that there's room to grow?
I think Prototype for me
Or,
was,
Infamous 2 would be a more exciting sequel
I think
Yes.
Prototype 2 was a more enjoyable game with a much less interesting world.
Yeah, that's
That's a big part of it that I'm really excited to see where Infamous 2 goes, even though I wasn't that fond of the original game, just because it has enormous potential. And with Prototype, I kind of feel like, well, the game kind of shot its wad after I'd finished, jumping off the Empire State Building 100 times and smashing into traffic.
But it's, Infamous has, what, is it Empire City?
It's Manhattan.
It was like Empire City, Empire Bay, I forget.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a new city this time.
Yeah, but it's just like in a fictional American city like that, they can kind of go anywhere. Whereas, like,
Yeah.
where does Prototype go after New York? That's going to be any more interesting.
Yeah.
One of the comments.
I would just say skating over the Bering Strait on like a sentient virus.
And that's one of the things that made Prototype less interesting, is that it was in Manhattan, which is it's cool to go to Manhattan. It's a fun setting, but it was also the setting of like every Spider-Man game since 2. There's big free roaming Manhattan, the Hulk games.
Been in there a lot.
Liberty City.
Yeah, true crime, New York City. It's been done to death.
And I think Cole is a more interesting character.
That's true. Potentially.
Yeah.
Are we out of steam on this one?
Yeah,
Sure.
stupid Game Informer ruining your
Man.
entry.
I haven't played either one of those, so I can't really. I forgot Prototype.
It don't matter none because we're on number 5.
I forgot.
I'm a Nazi again. I'm
Past-
sorry.
The
Elsie.
past didn't happen.
I'm
forgot.
sorry.
I'm
sorry.
I want to say real quick, the Sony press conference sounds like 2009 all over again, because it's Infamous 2, Killzone 2, and 3, whatever.
3, yeah.
I think you're going to notice that the more you encounter numbers in titles,
Yeah.
especially when 2s are involved.
The thing is,
Threes.
Killzone's such a weird case with this generation. Like it's hard not to think of like the 2s of this generation as the 1s, because I mean, who the hell played Killzone 1?
Nobody.
Yeah. Not
I
one
kept having to catch myself referring to Killzone 3 as the second one when I was writing a preview.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't respect the numbers. What was that number again?
Not
Chris?
I want a number. I forget. Number 5, which is probably outside of Kingdom Hearts, what I really want to see the most.
I wrote this one.
Yay, Brett!
It's Star Fox for Wii. Which
Hey, shut up! This is Brett.
hey.
I'll put it down.
What if I say it at the same time?
Okay, try it.
One,
You ready?
2. Hey, shut up! This is
Research
Brett.
Me, look on box.
I gotcha.
Come on.
I got you. Brett Bot, he's a wild man.
He was brutally murdered in a gang slaying and then turned into a joke, a walking metaphor of the pork barrel.
That sound effect doesn't work, and it depresses me to no end.
Fuck that game and it's stupid.
Yeah.
That is, it can't be Brett Bot talking about Star Fox,
No,
because you guys share very similar tastes.
Yeah, well, that's what he gets for mouthing off to
Star
the mob.
Fox. I didn't get to read this entry.
Oh, just this one. That's amazing.
I did not.
What the? Why would you skip just? Well, anyway.
I got here, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'd kind of like to see these two. There's no audio to be had here.
Oh, right. You could have grabbed Do a Barrel Roll.
I had it, and it's gone. It's fucking gone.
You could have grabbed the baby speak that they do in Super Nintendo.
The Lilat speak, I was...
It's
It's in the April Fool special. It's fucking gone.
It's
gone.
All right. Well, like your Kingdom Hearts story last year, I did F-Zero Z, which was the teased thing last year, which was fake. But a new F-Zero, which is what I'd really like. But since I can't repeat myself, I did Star Fox because, again, that's another one of those franchises that, where the fuck is it, man? Like, you guys shat him out for, well, not so much Star Fox, a little bit more F-Zero, but like, not since these weird GameCube ones. Like, for years, it's been kind of on this bizarre path of now it's an adventure game with Star Fox Adventures. Star Fox Assault was some flying, but then
There's
also
that
third-person
weird DS
shooting.
game, too.
The DS one is good, but it's
pretty good.
It has this tactical map, and it's closer to Star Fox 64 than any of the others.
You get a certain amount of moves and with which
well,
to make
it's
progress.
as far as you can draw on the map, like a certain number. When it elapses, everything moves on.
But
this
you only
map.
get like 3 of those moves in order to get to a base.
There's like it was fun, but it was still like Do you remember the game that really sold everyone in this franchise? There was the first one, did great. Star Fox 64 is loved to high hell. So do that on Wii. Make a pretty widescreen, beautiful 480p. But just like focus on whatever made this franchise work the first time, instead of like every time Miyamoto comes in and says 2 words, you change the whole game. Like, stop doing that. Like,
I get the difficulty though, because what's special about Star Fox is that awful, beautiful looking ship. On a technical level, that ship looks awful. And to recreate it on a next-gen system...
I think it looks great in Star Fox 64.
I think it looks great for what they did, Mr. Brett. But making it, if that ship is more than like 7 polygons, I'm not going to be happy with the way it looks.
I love the way it looks.
I need it to be very sharp.
Right, no, it does. They
And
can still make it look sharp. Look at fucking Evangelion. Everything is 90 degrees and 45 degrees.
I haven't seen a good Evangelion game. But then again...
I'm just saying, there can be robot mechanical...
Then again, there hasn't been one.
Then again, I have a girlfriend.
There can be mechanical things that have points. I'm just saying, like, but Nintendo's, we have motion control. Did you forget Motion Plus and all this shit? Like, this is one of those rare cases where motion controls kind of make sense. You could make a flight game that works very well, and the only thing that you can really compare is Skycrawlers that came out in January on Wii, which I did play through.
You enjoyed that?
It was perfectly fine. It was kind of Ace Combat for babies, but it was still a reasonably enjoyable game. But the motion control is not very good. So Nintendo with Wii Motion Plus surely could make. And personally, I would prefer that they didn't. I prefer it used the classic controller and that the Wii never happened.
Well,
but that's not what I'm going to get.
I would say to F-Zero, like, I do not want to see an F-Zero with motion control implementation at all.
I just want to
would have to have the wheel if it was.
No, it would just be.
It would probably be, like, I don't want to do that at all.
I don't.
Star Fox is a much better fit. What do you think the name would be?
That's what I couldn't fix. I just put Star Fox Wii.
I bet it would relate to the controls, and I guess Star Fox Throttle.
What if it was Star Fox Barrel Roll?
It could be. No, that would be like the iPhone version.
Tap to win.
Tap Star Fox Tap. Wow, that's terrible.
Star Fox Tap.
Tap.
But in this one, like, this is also a chance they could have to, like, kind of what they did with Smash Brothers, is bring a franchise that had good multiplayer at one point, and kind of do a fully online multiplayer mode of, like Star Fox 64 was 4 players, and it was a lot of fun. There were ships, and there were people on the ground, and there were people on foot. And as an aside, in multiplayer mode, I thought it worked really well. But whereas the GameCube Star Fox Assault kind of tried to turn that into the game, and it didn't work very well because you need a flight on a straight path flying into the level. Maybe some levels where you can roam freely, like in 64 and Command.
Certainly.
But I'm just more upset that there hasn't been one at all ever since they announced this system, and that the last few games have been kind of sort of Star Fox, but not really, and it was a franchise that used to mean something, and it's kind of just all over the place lately.
Was there a rumor that Miyamoto doesn't care for this game that you told me, Hank?
Well, he didn't create it. Like, that's one thing he doesn't. He's never. I don't think he's felt that strongly for it because it was, as I read in Chris Kohler's very good book, Power Up.
Yeah.
He talks with the, I believe it was I can't remember, it was some sort of Westerners, it was either English people or Americans, who, made the fancy graphics on, a Super NES, and so they wanted to make a game with that, and they took it to Nintendo, and then they showed the game to him, and they said that Miyamoto's initial response to it was, quickly inhaling through his teeth, which in Japanese body language means this is horrible, and I can't say that to you. And so he worked very closely with them, making it improving as best he could. But I don't think he cared to work that hard with them on the future ones. And then basically all those guys left because they're not devoted Japanese salarymen who never quit Nintendo.
From Argonaut.
It shouldn't surprise you, but I have audio of that conversation.
Did you like it?
That's Kojima.
Oh, my bad. They all sound alike to me.
Oh, you're right.
That's all.
Maybe. Oh,
I have no. It's not based on one of Miyamoto's hobbies, so you can't really expect him to be that into
I was
it.
never a fox as a child.
This isn't about gardening.
But I mean, embedded in the article in an image on the site is the 4 versions, and there's more. There's every time they have Fox McCloud in a new game, they change the way he looks completely. And I mean, I'll flip it around, but you've got
what was the really cartoony one from?
The really cartoony one is from Smash Brothers N64.
Oh,
This is really shitty. He looks just poor posture and I got a gun, I guess, and I don't know. They just reinvent him every time, and every time he looks a little dumber.
Okay, Star Fox.
That's it. Uh-oh.
Number
4 is calling us.
Number 4.
Now it's my turn.
Go.
Oh, a real DC Comics game. What do you mean by this? You mean
all right. Well, so
an all-star project or just
here's
more?
The thing. Yeah, here's the thing. So Arkham Asylum 2 has been announced. Arkham Asylum 2 would be on this list if it hadn't been announced. And so, but I was thinking,
appropriate.
DC said they were going to be more DC Comics formed DC Entertainment right after the first Arkham did really well. And so they're like, we're going to be, this super successful game shows we're going to be more committed to putting out real games based on our things. And same with WB.
Yeah, Warner Brothers Interactive
is now going to be, this is the sole publisher of the next Batman, meaning they're taking it a lot more seriously instead of co-publishing it with Eidos, which seemed like it was a cautious step with the first Arkham. But so I thought, like, why stop with Batman? You know, they have an entire DC universe of characters to do it with, so they should do another real game. Other than Arkham Asylum 2, the only other thing they have is DC Universe Online, which
no one has cared about for years.
Yeah,
but they keep talking about.
It's not that no one. It's not for me, and we keep having to hear about it.
Well, yeah, because it's been delayed. So yeah, you get ready to see it at E3 2010.
I saw it at Comic-Con last year. I saw it at E3 last year. I
Just
saw it the year 3 booth before that.
Keep thinking of when they first showed that, and like just the initial screen grabs they had were like just these people that looked like something out of Poser.
No, they really.
And it's just like all the characters looked like something out of Poser, except for Joker, who looked like he had a Poser body, and then like some special head that had been modeled.
Yeah,
just
it's
for
gigantic.
him.
Yeah, I don't like that lantern chin Joker look. But anyway, so they should take. My hope is that they'll release another real DC game. They'll announce another one
that focuses on like one hero.
On one hero, just like how Arkham did. But
which wouldn't you think Green Lantern's the most likely to
well,
get that?
so all right, well. I said discounting the fact that Green Lantern is the next person to get a movie, which almost certainly means he'll get a game, but not the real game. I mean, a shitty movie game is what it would probably get.
Look at the Batman property is so strong right now by not having a bad movie and not having a bad game.
Yeah.
Hopefully a lesson will be learned.
Yeah, by having two great,
like
not related
like
things.
You'd call it a renaissance, but he was never unpopular, but he's more popular than ever because his shit is good.
Yeah, and Arkham was like, it wasn't super specifically based on the comics, but it was its own world that really respected the comics. So I thought, well, who should get it next? I
Captain
said,
Cold.
Yeah, it's a villain.
I said immediately Superman should not get it because he's had too many shitty games. He shouldn't get another chance.
No, in a game with rules and objectives, you can't be Superman.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
And a similar problem with Superman is like Flash. It'd be really hard to play as the fastest man alive who can move faster than light speed.
You played Sonic R?
Not necessarily. You just have, constant bullet time, really.
I guess, yeah. And then then I said the same deal with Green Lantern, like, being able to create anything out of green energy seems really difficult.
DC really left a lot of doors open.
It has to be like Scribblenauts.
Forced characters. What does your superhero do?
Anything.
Everything.
That's why I don't like most of the Justice
why,
League, because it's like Batman's great, but then with Superman, even like Green Lantern, Flash, even Martian Manhunter, it's like, so how do you stop any of these people? Would.
Well, so
not anymore.
No, all right. Well, so I did.
Sorry,
I discounted all those guys and came at the end to say the three that should get it are either Hawkman, Green Arrow, or Aquaman. And I know Aquaman especially.
I didn't say that.
Everybody like South Park, Robot Chicken, Family Guy, lots of other places have made very good arguments why Aquaman sucks.
Well, that's all based off of Super Friends.
Yeah, Super Friends. He was the biggest joke on that, but
Prince Namer's not a joke.
Aquaman can be a real badass if need be. But he's got some powers, like he can communicate with fish.
We know that.
And breathe underwater. But he has limited super strength, and he's kind of bulletproof.
God,
but see, that's down to earth enough that you could express it like in Arkham Asylum. Same deal with Hawkman. Hawkman can fly, and he's also like one of the best fighters in DC. I mentioned in the article he could fight Batman to a standstill. That would be awesome too. Like,
doesn't he have super
combat
strength though?
It's sort of. It's given by the nth metal wings that he wears. So
does he have the ability to change outfits? Because he really, really should.
No, his Hawkman outfit's good.
It's a cumbersome hat.
He's got a He-Man X on his chest.
But it's got the Hawk symbol. And then,
but the next one I agree with. I think
Green Arrow is the best one for it because he can.
Yes.
He can just shoot arrows real quick. That would be
if you have a
really
good,
cool third-person shooter kind of deal.
Yeah, one of those good, like, over-the-shoulder targeting, a bunch of weird arrows. Not to mention the character himself is very charismatic, and with a good voice actor, would be really fun to play as.
And also just him as, like, the hunter in Urban Jungle, I said, would be really cool, too.
Yeah.
Oh, they could use the Turok engine. The original Turok engine.
Yeah, it looked great.
Yeah.
Set in the foggy hills of New York City.
You could shoot triangles all day long.
So, yeah, I think all three of those would be good, but I would bet Green Arrow. Green Arrow is easily the most popular of those three. I think he's got the best.
Yeah, I honestly would love to play a Green Arrow game. In the Arkham Asylum style.
Okay.
Anyway, I talked a long time.
Sure.
Number 3, Elder Scrolls 5.
Yeah.
Who's ready for this one?
Nah.
Yeah.
I looked at looking at what Bethesda has coming out, and putting myself into an employer situation. Like, wouldn't you just dread having to develop a new Elder Scrolls game?
Oh, God.
It's so fucking huge. Like, oh man, can we just put that off as long as possible?
So much shit to go through.
That's
the thing. I haven't
books.
I haven't finished Elder Scrolls
Yeah.
4 or Fallout 3 yet, so I'm in no hurry to see this.
There's already New Vegas coming at you.
Yep.
It seems like they should announce it because the time is right. Because 4 Oblivion came out in 06.
Mm-hmm.
It's been over 4 years.
I know, but I
it's
think
time for them to announce a new one.
I think they're probably assessing the situation normally, and Oblivion.
And it sold really well.
It sold really well for being one of the first games on the platform.
Yeah, that's also true.
Well, I thought the rumor had been going around for a while that weren't they thinking of doing an MMO? Like that's
I
what
can't
people
imagine
were
why they
saying.
wouldn't. Like how those games could get more interesting without constant.
Well, yeah, because it's
interaction with other
basically an
people.
MMO.
It is.
As it is. Like
It's a mo.
I don't know
It's
who
a
wrote.
mo.
I don't know who wrote this entry.
Joe.
Probably me.
It was
Is it
Joe.
Joe?
Yeah, it was Joe.
He makes a good point though. Like you mentioned that this is Oblivion was from the earlier set. It was 06. It was pre PS3 and it was brand new to 360.
Look how good the new Lost Planet did.
Yeah. Well,
Wait-
that's
wait
really
for
make
game
it-
deals, folks.
They could really make it shine.
well. In this, Joe mentioned post GTA 4, post Mass Effect 2 era that we live in, and 9/11. We can't forget that. and post Cangate.
What?
Don't remind me.
Cangate changed everything.
911.
What? That a game like Oblivion, it's still huge by any measure, but it's like
there's still people actively playing it today.
Yeah. There's just certain even a game like Just Cause 2.
Oh my God! Did you see Tyler's little article on the fucking bear paralyzing?
Yes, knocking the bears.
Holy shit, that was awesome! What you like? They draw a bear to the ledge of a cliff and then freeze him, and it's just bear roll. It's just a paralyzed bear rolling down a mountain.
Barrel roll.
Barrel roll.
Barrel. That drum every time.
It has a funny name too. I think 2.
So yeah, I mean, I didn't play Oblivion, so but I do think that I would not be surprised at all if it happens.
It's so dauntingly dense. Like I watch friends play Morrowind, like just fascinated. Like this is great.
Yeah, I did play Oblivion enough to go through and get that 50-point achievement for making it out of the
Nice work,
sewers.
Elston.
That was 2 years ago.
Would you like a victory noise?
Yeah.
Maybe just a game over noise.
But Bethesda's got a pretty big schedule this year. They're going to be showing off Rage
That's right.
and New Vegas.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I've got so much else going on right now. But I love the shit out of Elder Scrolls 4, and I have no particular desire to see a new one anytime soon.
I just think they'll announce it. I
not.
don't think it'll be like this year. It'll be like next year Christmas time at the soonest. But I would be surprised if they didn't announce it.
I know Bethesda's getting big, but that seems like a lot.
You know what else ain't happening? Number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Not for.
Speaking of repeating entries on lists,
Yeah.
this was the one you were mad about that you couldn't get to do Kingdom Hearts. But
Well, only because in just talking to Tyler, because I had to look into Half-Life. This would put Half-Life 1 and 2 on a 6-year span with it. It would. Half-Life 1 and 2 are 6 years apart, and this would be the 6th year since Half-Life 2.
What, really? 04?
And normally that comes. What Half-Life comes along with, what I tried to state in that dumb video I was in. Video was fine. I was dumb. Is that Half-Life always comes along with a new Valve engine, which brings upon the gaming populace much greater things like Left 4 Dead, Counter-Strike, Team Fortress. And that's why everybody loves Half-Life. It foretells the coming of all new open source awesomeness.
Yes. Which this entry would be Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Well, I think that's a wishy-washy way of putting it. I don't think they do an Episode 3 because
they've always said there were 3, didn't they?
I was hoping Episode 3 would just morph into Half-Life 3.
I've also seen reports where they said 1, 2, and 3 were Half-Life 3. So,
But
who gives a shit? I think at this point they don't even want to go back and readdress it.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that you won't see another Half-Life until you see another Valve engine.
Yeah,
it is time. It is time to update that. It's been a while.
Looking a little.
Because even Left 4 Dead 2, which was a really cool and like well-designed game, it was starting to show. I mean, well, part of that is so much shit's happening on screen at one time.
Well, just remembering how quickly episode 1 and 2 followed one another.
Yeah.
And the last time was Date Master 07? 07.
You're correct.
Episode 2.
You're correct.
Almost 3 years, and nary an announcement, and they were like months apart. The 1 and 2 were like months apart, maybe a year.
Maybe.
And what we do know Valve is showing is not Portal 2 because that was delayed.
I know.
Yeah, as of right now,
but it's Portal 2 related, apparently.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I thought I read a news story that Gabe Newell did say like the surprise is not episode 3. I thought I had read that somewhere.
I say that all the time.
Probably obligated to say that at this point.
Yeah.
I don't trust Valve, and I just look forward to whatever surprise they show me.
I'm just saying,
awesome.
I look forward to this entry being on next year's list.
Yeah,
better not be.
I don't want it to be.
Because it will be bumped off by Kingdom Hearts 3, Barrage of Memories featuring Marvel.
I don't want it to be
totally
Left
will
4
be on
Dead
next
3. Let that take a rest.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be like it's about a group of survivors who are on a plane that is run into the ground, much like Left 4 Dead 3.
That brings us to number.
You want to do numero uno?
Sure.
Number 1.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Are you? I know in talking with Rockstar, aren't you a little shocked about how casual they are? Like, yeah, GTA 5 is being worked on.
It's always being worked
I know, it's
on.
like
Whether they announce it or not, it's like, of course they're working on
Yeah.
it. These things take like 6 years
they
to do.
even told to the press, like, what do you think? Of course we're working on it.
Yeah.
Of course we're working on it. It's sad. It was very sad after Gay Tony, which was fantastic. I think a lot of people wished like most of the other
I wonder if the
main game
reception
was like that.
I mean, we don't have sales numbers on Gay Tony, I'm guessing.
It's probably too difficult to...
Yeah, exactly. Between digital and disc, and episodes of Liberty City, and how much of that is because it was 2 episodes. But I wonder how they perceived the difference between Gay Tony and 4 proper, like super serious versus let's just have a lot of goofy fun.
Yeah,
I wonder if 5 will go that route.
I can't imagine that because it seems like Rockstar takes their shit very seriously.
Yes.
And the only time they get really goofy, it's with like we're kind of done with this. Let's see what we can do.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
This would be theoretically the last numbered one for this generation. So
I don't foresee that happening.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
thing.
do you
It's
see
like,
a number on it at all? Like, do you think
I don't know. That's the thing. It's like if Rockstar follows the precedent they set
yeah.
with this generation, we won't see GTA 5 until whatever the next round of consoles is.
But I'm wondering if they count, because there was GTA 3, then Vice City and San Andreas, and I wonder if they're going to count Lost and Damned and Gay Tony, kind of like those are like
they do kind of work that way.
Yeah.
And that, but I mean, there's no new city, and the Liberty City design in the game is fantastic, but it's kind of we've kind of explored it. We've kind of run.
I know
it's
where
run its
everything
course.
is.
Yeah, exactly.
I know where everything is. Where would you want to see it?
I know. I've already said where I would like it.
Branson,
Missouri.
Missouri.
No, I really like the idea.
It'd be a very short game.
Yes.
GTA Branson.
GTA Branson.
Please, don't kill me. That was my Yakov Smirnoff impression. In my country, people like me also killed me.
Theft Autos you.
I want to see Grand Theft San Fierro. That's what I want to see.
Well, yeah,
because we live here.
We live here for the same reason the Brits want to see GTA London.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing a current gen GTA London 1969 because I don't know that.
Oh yeah.
That whole
That would be
thing that whole fascination with 60s mod London has kind of run its course, but I think they could bring it back if they really wanted to.
And also that would fit with what they did last time. That they had GTA 3 was current times, and then they
did a retro one.
Yeah, then Vice City and San Andreas were in different time periods, so that could work too.
They might try to go do a 70s thing.
Well, that's kind of what Agent's going to be.
Really?
It's a 70s thing.
Yeah, that's
Still reportedly still a PS3 exclusive.
Yep.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Don't know
cost
what
that.
it is exactly.
I don't know. I would be cool with London. But I don't know that they'll take it out of the U.S. because the U.S.
All right,
is
you ready?
Well, the thing is, it's like I don't think it would be London. I think it would be like some place that looks like London and is named something different.
Renaissance Italy. Right.
Yes.
Well, like, I don't think they'll take it out of the U.S. because that's where most of the people who buy the game live.
Well, yeah.
And an American is much more xenophobic about, I ain't buying no game in no fancy pants England.
Well, that's a consideration, but I think somebody else made the point that GTA has always been a satire of American culture.
Yeah,
Written by
especially
non-Americans.
beginning with 3.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Right, that aspect is kind of lost on most Americans. Like they get that it's a satire, but not about.
I know,
the
but I'm
country.
saying if you're looking at this by the intent that the creators have,
Yes.
then I mean, this is what they do. I mean, maybe they'll do something different.
Yeah.
Maybe GTA 5 will be set in the same area that Red Dead Redemption was, just 100 years later.
I was so
That'd be
pissed.
kinda cool.
I was so mad that when they actually said I'm from Manhattan or whatever.
Yeah,
all
because
you had to
that-
do was say Liberty City,
Uh-huh.
and that would be really cool.
Yeah.
But I
Like,
guess
it's
they
the
didn't
same
wanna do
place
that.
100 years earlier. That's all you had to do.
Gotta respect that.
I-
Didn't want to tie it in.
I
Yeah.
wish they would have. Well, I
mean,
don't know,
they've
whatever.
done that before. I mean, Manhunt was loosely tied in with GTA,
Mm-hmm.
with Carcer City. I mean, Carcer City was mentioned in GTA 3.
Couldn't you go to one mission there?
No.
No?
No.
No.
In Carcer City? Or?
Carcer City.
No.
No. Carcer City.
I would like GTA 5.
Not Carcer City.
No one will ever go for this ever.
Tell you a little story about a Carcer City GTA.
Yeah.
Nobody got that right.
No, I didn't get it at all. Help me out, Michael.
No.
No? Someone will get it.
Is GTA
Something City PTA.
I got it.
And I'm
Harper
thinking
Valley.
you could probably
thank you.
You could probably play on one of these cities' love of itself to get this in here, but I would love a GTA that was set San Andreas style in 3 cities kind of close to each other.
Orlando.
No. Chicago.
Oh, Jesus.
St. Louis.
Oh.
Nashville.
Nashville.
Exactly. And because it's the atypical, they've never done a send-up of the country, the whole lifestyle of country music.
Nashville.
I think
Why?
Nashville
It's
would be
just
the
a big-
funniest one, especially
Yeah.
they could have like a Dollywood.
It's a
Yeah,
big
they've-
shitty mall with like the mayor is Jeff Foxworthy.
Like,
what are y'all doing around here?
because
That was Don Knotts.
Yeah, that was Don
Yes, that's your one. That's your one silly man voice.
What are you doing?
Help! I hit my head. Help!
Nip this in the bud.
And I know that'll never happen, but it's just.
Well,
it basically is the same thing as San Andreas, where you get 3 big cities, and in between is a bunch of fields and grass and nothing. But
Yeah.
Chicago loves itself a lot. So all you gotta do is set a game there, and every one of those 7 million people will buy
Yeah,
the game.
if you don't think it's a distinct-looking city, that's where the Batman movies take place, and it's just remarkable
Yeah,
how
no,
much they make that
Chicago-
look like an otherworldly.
Yeah,
not
Chicago
of
has a
this universe
distinctive
city.
skyline. St. Louis has the arch, and Nashville has the gaudy country. It's like Vegas country style, and it's. I think you could do something with that,
Celebration, Florida.
but they never will.
All owned by Disney.
Kissimmee,
Be
Florida.
awesome. Kissimmee St. Cloud. That'd be really good too.
Let's go to Kissimmee.
It's the whole tri-Disney area.
Try Disney.
Let's go.
Then there seems to be a lot of interest in let's set it in Tokyo, set it in Colombia. It's like, is it really going to work? Like setting a GTA, something that's always a little bit genuine, like setting it in a place where their English isn't the primary spoken language. I mean, are you going to have people speak with subtitles? Are you going to have people speak in ridiculous accents, but they speak English all the time, which kind of breaks the immersion?
Karaoke mini games. My fucking
remember
favorite
in
part of a
4.
GTA game is the radio. How would that work?
Well, so I was going to say in 4, but I think in the other games too. But in 4, when they speak in a foreign language, they speak in a fucking foreign language. They don't. They are.
They have a tendency to just set it in Chinatown or Italyville or
Italyville.
or
Little Italy
or England Hamlet.
Italyville. That is my new sitcom coming to Nicktoons. Italyville.
That's basically
Everybody has a mustache.
It's basically the oblong.
Right.
That's another thing. Chinatown Wars could count as a San Andreas or Vice City style expansion.
Oh,
It's like a new episode.
Forgive.
My body knew I was going to say something racist.
Something racist.
Something racist.
But do we? If Rockstar follows typical, they will not announce this at E3. They'll announce it in August 3rd and just for no reason.
Here's the thing. I thought about this. They do announce shit at E3, but never firsthand. Like San Andreas was announced by way of a Game Informer exclusive that hit during E3. And, Agent revealed at the Sony press conference.
And I could see Microsoft or Sony giving them a lot of money for the right to announce that.
That's another one. GTA 4 announced when Peter Moore rolled up his sleeve to reveal that stupid tattoo.
And then he talked about their exclusive episodic content.
That was the reveal?
That was the reveal.
I thought that was
No,
just
that was announced it was multi-platform.
Was it?
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, it was still a big deal to announce that it was going to be on the 360.
That was the
same
first
day
I
as
remember
PS3.
hearing about it. So.
Yeah, I thought that was like.
I thought they were done after San Andreas. I was baffled when they. All right,
Move
move on.
400 million copies.
T-shirt
Should we-
contest coming up. Oh my God! If it during the break is a TalkRadar original. TalkRadar original sketch written by Henry Gilbert, about Alan Wake. God, I hope a lot of you have played Alan Wake because this game is so much fun to make fun of and impersonate. And you get back this Mortal Kombat movie. Oh my God, blew my. I just was reluctant to watch until just a couple minutes ago, and it was fucking awesome.
It's pretty cool.
And I got some light Pixar crap, and we're gonna blow through the list of what's at E3 and pick the best, but probably just mock everything based on its title.
I had a bit of audio that may shed some light on a beloved video game artifact that has now been compromised in my eyes.
Ooh, more like artifacts.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your WWE diva and Playboy cover girl, Ashley. Go to WWE.com. Check out the revealing interviews on GameRadars.com. Check out GamesRadar.com. GamesRadar.com.
The Scary, Scary Forest by Alan Wake. When I arrived in Bright Falls, I thought my problems would go away, but I was wrong. Ever since I got here, my wife has gone missing. Eerie monsters have attacked me in the woods, and I felt like I was in this otherworldly state since getting here. And oddest of all, I keep finding thermoses everywhere I search for my spouse. I tried to forget about my deadlines and my writer's block while on this vacation, and when we first arrived, as my wife said, Alan, wake up, I thought I'd have a real chance. After passing a thermos, I got my hotel key from this creepy woman and thought that lady was totally trustworthy. Well, time to take my wife, who's afraid of the dark, to this remote lake house. Nothing could go wrong there, especially not to me, a person who writes horror fiction. That would be too ironic. Once we arrived at the cabin, I grabbed another thermos and turned on the generator, thinking that this would be peaceful, despite what would be heavy foreshadowing in my dreams, were this all a story written by me, which this most certainly wasn't. All of a sudden, I ran to my screaming wife's screams after the lights turned off when the rickety old generator gave out. Who saw that coming? I dove into the icy water to save my wife, but then blacked out, only to wake up confused and suffering a head injury behind the wheel of a crashed car in a wooded area. Some might think it was like that game Silent Hill, but it wasn't. It was totally different. I regained consciousness after hearing again, Alan, wake up. Weird that it fits my name so perfectly, and if you shorten my name it would be A. Wake, as if I was dozing through life. As an author, I'd say someone was a little too cute when creating my character. Wear this made up. I shook off these thoughts as I pocketed another thermos. As I walked through this desolate forest, save for me, shadowy monster men, and dozens of thermoses, I think back on happier times. My wife and I in our old apartment, and the thermos we kept on the computer desk right next to the coffee machine. Alan, she'd say, you need to quit sleepwalking through life. Wake up. I always resented how she'd use my non-ironic name to remind me of my problems. Now I just wish she were back. But I refused to tell the police whenever they offered to help. I'm not sure why. Let's blame it on my head trauma. Now I'm trying in vain to find any trace of her, but all I find is thermos after thermos. Who the fuck leaves these out everywhere? I mean, these are quality items, these thermos brand containers. Almost as good as Verizon phones and Energizer batteries. Oh shit.
Oh no! Will Alan Wake survive this scary, scary forest? Stay tuned for the thrilling conclusion later on TalkRadar.
Warriors, torchbearers, come redeem our dreams. Shadow
Does anybody want to listen to the rest of this motherfucking podcast? Yeah!
Oh my God! TalkRadar 105. Segment 2.
Oh God!
Are we going to persevere through this podcast with you with hiccups?
Oh, while you guys were using the bathroom, I sat here punching myself in the stomach, and now I got the hiccups.
What? It's like a little drunk mouse. If you could see the bubbles coming out of his mouth right now.
You can't even pop them; they're so.
Do me a
quick.
favor and sing "How Dry I Am." Wow. Okay.
What?
It's a prohibition mantra. Anyway.
Oh, well, definitely. I was live.
Anyway,
in the 20s, so I definitely.
That was part
Well,
one.
you watched cartoons though.
That was part one of Hank's.
Yeah. I hope you people like that.
Hank's. I hope enough people played Alan Wake because Alan Wake is. I think it's great, but it's so easy to make fun of.
Yeah.
Instead of like a tutorial on the screen, he narrates in his head. I needed to get to the beacon.
I knew all these.
He sounds like Hank Venture.
Hank Venture? Hank Venture?
But yeah, I think what your reasoning for was that they're Finnish people writing the game. And
Something
they don't
like
know,
that. And something was lost in translation.
It could be Max Payne syndrome. Like,
yeah.
And that was a game known for really overwrought monologues.
I needed to get.
Yeah.
I needed to finish this rudimentary generator puzzle in order to kill more similar enemies.
Yeah.
I am Alan Wake.
Time to watch television.
Time to watch television.
Where's that motherfucking
approve this
thermos?
message.
Where the hell is that thermos?
Oh my God. Thermos.
What is going on here?
We have a guide up for Alan Wake. If you want to look for
fucking
thermoses, manuscripts, TV guides. I thought TV guide.
No.
I found.
The thing is, there's so much product placement in the game that's believable.
Yeah. Well, no, and you like
I found
you
75
read,
out of 100.
You have to read everything in the game too to get another achievement. Like you read everything that says like, here's the cut of the trunk of the biggest tree in the forest, like or whatever. Let's move on. Let's talk.
You want to go new releases, Hank?
Yeah.
I'm going to start you off with a game you know more about than anybody here. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 11.
Oh, yeah. What? I hear that guy fucks people who aren't his wife.
That guy can really swing a club.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Tiger Woods.
High five.
He can swing that into the deepest regions.
Yeah, the deepest sand.
The club is his
I
penis.
should have gone with bunker because that conjures an image of a vagina.
Man, he sure can fuck a woman with his penis.
He sure can fuck
He
a
is
woman
the
with his
best
wife.
at that.
And then get beaten by his wife with a golf club.
Yeah.
Wow, that is hot all the way down.
Is it? I thought it's pretty smooth. I think Hank will agree with me.
I think the
Look at that
patty
face.
stuff
He loves
is
it.
smoother than the
Loves
powers.
it. Oh, the patties was the stuff you like.
Yeah,
We're drinking
that's
your
the really
whiskey again,
smooth
Gaz Dog.
Yep.
Woo! Love liquor.
Man.
Not soliciting gifts, but
Who wants to get in a fight?
liquor.
Wow. Ooh. Yeah, Tiger Woods. He slept with ladies.
Tiger Woods.
But
PGA
EA is
Tour.
sticking with him.
There's another
Did you
one.
notice this is the first Tiger Woods where he's sharing the cover?
Oh, really?
With another player that I don't know.
What other player?
The players in golf.
He
that
knows
don't matter.
about sharing things with other players.
Is it?
Badoosh.
Was it
Bidoof?
Bidoof.
Bibarel?
Save that for...
Was it Biff McArian? Is he on the cover?
Shooter
Is that a
McGavin.
person?
Shooter McGavin. I don't know. Just it seems. I was trying to think of the widest name in the world.
Nick Arey.
Biff
That
McArian.
implies like an Irish Aryan person.
Oh, bogey. Biff McArian, new character. I don't know how I can stop myself from coming up with these.
Trevor Whiterson?
Trevor Whiterson. Fuck. Wait, am I really out?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else we got?
What? Yeah. Anything else this week?
How about cock Asian? Two words.
What? What are you
His
doing?
first name is Cock and his last name is Asian. Caucasian.
How
Still
about
trying to think
Apple
of-
Pie Hitler Stevenson?
Apple Pie Hitler Stevenson. That's a good one
Or
too.
Johnny Ridgeback.
I'm glad I thought of all of these, which I did not. Mega Man Zero Collection.
Yeah.
I thought that came out like a week or two ago. And
No,
then,
I think it comes out this week.
Yeah, it does. It does. But
But Ninty Pow, I think, gave it like a 9 out of 10. This is cool, and I do love the Zero games. It's just I cannot believe
they're really hard.
my disinterest comes from like, well, he ain't blue.
Yeah.
I actually did
Where
play
he
all the
blew.
way to the end of Mega Man Zero for GBA, and I got to like the last area, and it was so hard. I had to quit. And then I played ZX Advent a little bit, and it was fun.
That's the one I played.
I like
a
that
lot
one
of.
too, and I'm actually kind of interested in this. Like, I'm going to play all these games.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
I don't know. I have a
But they're all good. Well, I can't say they're all good, but I liked Zero and I liked ZX Advent. I thought they were really cool games, and I mean, for the price, you're getting a lot of good stuff. So if you like Mega Man, it is a fun spin-off series that's not shitty, like Battle Network.
Battle Network?
Battle Network started good.
No, it didn't.
What about Joker?
I liked
Joker.
Battle Network. I think you're thinking of Dragon Quest Monsters.
I'm not going there. No.
That's Star Force, excruciating
Leo
excruciating Joker, and Asterisk the man. God, the names
my
are even
goodness,
worse.
my goodness. And I'm not ranking these in order of importance, but we didn't review this week. But I know Michael's played a lot of it. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
Well,
Michael,
maybe you should cut this if it's not up, but our review should be up by now.
Or, yeah, ideally our review will be up by Friday.
Keeping our fingers
Did I-
crossed.
Oh,
There's
man,
a
did I
reason
crap
for that.
on the magic?
We will not go into.
Michael, I have to ask.
Did you like it?
I did like it.
You did?
Yes, it's a pretty fantastic game.
Seems fascinating.
You almost
it
bought
is fascinating.
You almost bought it a brand new PSP.
I almost did, and then I ended up getting a copy of the game from Konami, so that
Yeah.
foiled
Bias.
that plan.
Bias.
Yep, bias.
Bias.
No,
Tell me how great it is.
It's pretty great. I actually spent 2 days playing it a couple months ago for this thing Konami was having, and yeah, it's really fun. But like one thing that really struck me about it was like a bunch of the other people there who were playing it with me were like complaining loudly about how like this really needs to be balanced better. You need to balance the difficulty better because like you can only take down the bosses with friends, and it's like, in my experience, if you need friends to take down the bosses, you're not working at it hard enough. Like, all those things, like, yeah, they're tough. They're one of the defining things about the game is that it kind of takes Monster Hunter's formula and turns that into a Metal Gear game, and then it's like, there's lots of big areas that are made up of much smaller segmented areas that you move between. Ideally you play it with 2 to 3 friends, which is a lot of fun.
Ideally.
You
can get under a box together.
And yeah, the bosses are a lot easier if you have people to back you up and like distract the guards or whatever from like and they're like the bosses are like these huge fucking artificially intelligent robot vehicle things. And but I mean they all have weak points, and it's just a matter of learning, figuring out where they are and how to exploit them quickly.
Was most of your playtime with other people?
A lot of it was. I would say it's about 50-50.
Really?
By myself and playing with Sophia Tong, actually, from GameStop.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, she was sitting next to me, so we teamed up for a lot of it.
So the whole game is playable either solo or co-op, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
and it's the same game both ways.
And you can jump in anyone else's game pretty much at any time.
Huh.
Well, not like while they're playing, but like between missions, you can jump in.
And it's all local, not infrastructure, I'm guessing.
I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
Is it 2 or 4 players?
It depends on the mission. Some missions are for only 2 players, some are for 4. And I think most of the missions are 2 players, and then like the boss fights are 4 players.
Huh. Is it not that linear then?
Oh, it's pretty linear.
Okay.
The thing is, if you jump into someone else's game and they're further along than you are, then you can't see any of their cutscenes. So you just kind of have to sit there and twiddle your thumbs while they watch cutscenes.
While they watch.
While you look at a blank screen that just says like, waiting for the cutscene to finish.
It's not even like a picture of snakes smoking.
Kojima considers that the punishment. This is what you get. You don't get to see my
you
glorious...
don't get to jump ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, so does it... What Kojima was saying, like, constantly, this isn't just some spin-off. This is Metal Gear 5 if we were to make it, if I were in charge. Like, does it feel like a real Metal Gear and not a spin-off?
Yeah, it does feel like a real Metal Gear. I mean, it's
more so than Portable Ops, I guess, or deeper down?
Yeah, Portable Ops... Like, the stakes weren't very high. There wasn't really much impact.
We got to get these bananas across the border.
Yeah, and...
In a box.
I really liked Portable Ops.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I got no Metal Gear jokes. I'm trying.
It's good, and I mean, it's canon. Like, this follows Portable Ops. I mean, none of the characters from Portable Ops appeared while I was playing. I mean, you don't even get Roy Campbell. It's Master Miller instead as Snake's right hand.
I'm going to pretend like I know who that is.
It's Master Miller. He's the guy that Liquid Snake masquerades at. Spoiler warning in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yes.
Blank stares. Okay.
I know. He was voiced by Leonardo.
He was voiced by, voiced by Cam
Yeah.
Clark and Snake.
Do you know Cam Clark's gay?
Yes.
Is he really?
He's really gay.
I have
Super
a new
gay.
goal.
He has an album where he sings about being gay.
Just about being. Was it?
I'm sure there's songs that are on
Is
that.
it, is it a theme?
Yeah, I think that's the theme of the songs on the album.
Really?
Well, maybe not every. I don't know.
I guess. I mean, most
I'm
songs.
sure every song is not about how he likes guys.
Most
but
songs in the hip hop station are about being straight.
Just like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's true.
I
That's
like
true.
Cock volumes 1 through 14.
Kinda like-
That is true. All radio songs are about how hard you party or how straight you are.
Yep. All this really lame shit that
Yeah.
dumb bitches can scream. Wow. Geez.
Oh, is Cam
Where am I
Clark?
going?
So
Way to play into the stereotype.
Where am I going?
Is Cam Clark in that game or no? I guess not because he's Liquid Snake. It wouldn't actually be Master Miller.
I forget.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Well-
the voice acting's good, what I remember. I seem to think it is him, but I'm not sure. Anyway,
Are we done?
lots of uncertainty here.
Any other new release?
We'll wait for game deals. We'll hear more about that later on. Other new releases were Rock Band, Green Day.
Green Day Rock Band.
Green Day Rock Band. That's what we came in with. Welcome to Paradise.
Welcome to Paradise from their album Dookie. First featured in Kerplunk, but this would be the Dookie version.
Which do you have a preference?
I like the Dookie one more, honestly.
Okay.
It's a more refined.
That it is.
It's a more refined noise
Mm-hmm.
than. But yeah, I reviewed Green Day Rock Band rather hastily. Honestly, I like blasted through it and then wrote a review. It's not a super review. Didn't really feel it warranted that, but I'm very familiar with Green Day and with Rock Band, so it's very easy to turn around quick manner. It is very easy to review. Do you like Green Day and Rock Band? Then you should absolutely get it because it's got all of Dookie on there, and American Idiot is a good album, even though it's overplayed as hell. It is still a good album, and I've never listened to 21st Century Breakdown.
Me neither. Is that all on there too?
It's all on there except the 6 songs that they already released as DLC.
Mm-hmm.
So that if you already bought them, the game recognizes that and just incorporates them directly into the game.
Weird.
But if you bought the game and didn't buy the DLC, then you'll have to buy that DLC to fill out that album.
But there's other DLC coinciding with the release.
No,
Green
there
Day
is no DLC. They've actually said there's no...
The Rock Band Plus games that are available, like...
The Rock Band Plus game is $10 more, and part of that is
It's $15 more.
Oh, it's $15.
And it's $10 to import your songs on your...
Yeah, it costs $10
whatever.
to export all your Green Day songs to Rock Band 1, 2, or 3.
It comes with a token, so you don't have to pay the $10 for that.
Yeah.
Even though you are.
You basically are. Yeah.
And then it comes with 6 downloads.
I don't know what those are.
I don't know what they are either.
Well, I would guess those 6 downloads would be for the 6 songs.
Yeah, the 6 songs.
It would imply it would be for
if
the
you
6
didn't have them already.
But if they're already
I didn't
on
review
the
the
album-
special one. I just reviewed the game.
No, I had no idea it existed until today.
I knew it existed, but I mean, they didn't tell me what it was, and I wasn't going to go buy it and find
And
out.
I just hate. Oh man, a Plus.
Yeah, it's unsubstantial.
But it's not a bad value because I do think it's. If I can get a bigger 360 hard drive, I want all my Rock Band songs on one fucking.
Yeah, I
hard
want
drive
them all on one
the time.
machine, and like that's what Green Day is mostly good for, is buy it to export those songs. But then it's like $60 to export 47 songs. It's really ridiculous.
So if you were to download all $2 a piece, it's you're really saving money.
Yeah, but I mean, like the difference between
Dude, they
this
work
and
for them,
Beatles,
Hank.
because it's harmonics. I mean, you know, the Guitar Hero, Aerosmith, Guitar Hero, Metallica were, you know. There was those bands plus some other songs from artists like them or artists that were inspired by them. But this is just like Beatles. It's only Green Day.
But it doesn't feel as. Did you say it didn't?
It
feel
does
as,
not feel as like specific and as like they took as much care and time making this.
Green Day doesn't have the same amount of time in between all these albums. It's not.
Well, actually, they have more time. All those Beatles songs are within like the same 5-year span.
No, but I'm saying like the time to resonate with the public and build like this mythos around, and like there's a theme.
Yeah.
If you think Yellow Submarine, you think that animation. Green Day doesn't have that.
Yeah, I mean Green Day is just. I mean, I like them, but it is not anywhere near the scope of Beatles, and will never be there. But the Beatles game, like each of the songs, the venues where they were being played made sense, and the dreamscapes for the weirder, weirder songs. And this is like it's just they didn't pick Gilman Street, the actual venue where they were known to play. They made up a fake warehouse. dive bar, and that's where they play, and then that's where they play all the Dookie songs, which makes no sense because they were kicked out and banned from playing in Gilman Street ever again because of selling out and signing up with Reprise.
Oh,
Well-
punk rockers.
Yes, and that's why, like to have them playing those songs there, it's like that's the album that made them millionaires and sold 15 million copies, and to have them playing those songs in a dive bar as if that's the beginning of their career is just wrong. And I can't believe Harmonix, like, normally I wouldn't care.
They broke out, like, Longview hit, and they just, boom,
yeah,
they resumed.
It was Basket Case and Longview, and When I Come Around.
Longview was first.
Wouldn't it have been cool if they like with the Beatles with Yellow Submarine Levels and those kinds, like for Basket Case it could have been everybody of our generation knows the Basket Case music video. They could have had it at least inspired.
I feel
that,
Dookie they could have done something.
You know what? The Basket Case video looks like that.
It's been colorized.
Yeah, it's been colorized. It was shot in black and white, and I think it's got a very unique look. I fucking love it.
It's a very specific. It looks like everyone has a crayon over.
And this is gonna date me, but everything I say does. It looks like the world premiere of TNT. When all Ted Turner did was play awful colorized movies. And I never put that together when looking at Basket Case, but that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's this bizarre color.
Did the censoring get to you?
The censoring is obnoxious because you have a band that's known for having a lot of cuss words in their songs, and we're kind of famous for a song like Longview, which was all these cuss words in a radio song, like that's incredible.
And it's not very punk.
So do they just cut them out?
It's
or
just silent. It's just completely silent.
It's not like that Weezer song where it's like instead of "You will go to bed with me," "You will go to bear with me."
No,
bear. They said bear.
Yes.
Jesus,
in the lyrics.
Was it Lego Rock Band?
No.
Oh.
They're not bleeped. They're just silent.
It's so easy to have a fucking option.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's also like, who do you think your Green Day fans are? People who bought the albums, people who already listen, and it's like, the ESRB matters to you that much?
Seriously, so what if you offend a couple sorority girls?
Just fucking make it rated M and you'll sell the exact same amount. That's retarded. I hate that.
I can't stand that, especially like I only remember like Gears having that story where they remove the blood, replace it with sparks. Well, shouldn't that get another rating then?
Yes, it should.
Because there's no blood in core anymore. But I understand it's hard to put two different copies of whatever. But
I liked
it's a useless system.
In the comments, so I gave it an 8 because it is at the end of the day though, like even though it is, Rock Band 2 with Green Day people and all Green Day songs, and it's got the harmonies from Beatles. And it doesn't have that kind of love that Harmonix gave the Beatles, but for perhaps a good reason, because they don't need to spend as much time on a band that does not have... Anyway, the songs are more fun to play than Beatles songs, period.
They seem outrageously fun to play.
They are, like, I had a great time playing them, like, and then I went through on guitar and drums, and it was fucking blast. And plus, most of our generation knows Dookie forward and backwards. So,
I could not believe it when you were sending me, like, oh, we could play this song. I'm like... Burnout. What the? Oh my God! I know every word, every second of this song.
Yeah,
it's been 10 years.
And I'm just I'm miffed they left out Insomniac, which I love. It's a great album, and it kind of got shit on because
there's no return from '86. It's heard in '86.
Yeah, most of that album is them being angry about everybody fucking whining about them selling out. But all anyone could see was it's not as good as Dookie when it actually is.
That's what I should have.
Was Good Riddance is Good
That's
Riddance
Nimrod.
Yeah.
Well, no, he's Good Riddance.
It is.
It's in the game, yeah.
Okay.
But they also skipped out on a lot of Nimrod, a lot of Insomniac, and a lot of Warning, which I don't care about Warning because it sucks. But it's weird that they skipped this middle part, and then they skipped the first two albums, 39 Smooth and Kerplunk, because the masters are not. The masters are in a legal state of flux. And according to Trey Cool, the drummer, he's a weird, really cool guy. Just fun to watch. He said like Kerplunk is in like if they ever tried to use the master tapes, they would ruin them forever. So they're trying to find a way to do it for like maybe Rock Band 3 DLC. They could fill out some of that back catalog.
Jesus.
But like, I mean, that shit was recorded like 1991 for a tiny label, Lookout Records. Not tiny label, but Lookout Records. And like, these songs are
recorded on a hypercolor shirt.
It's recorded with sweat. But
so
one of the
no 2,000 light years away.
No, no,
2,000
light years away.
Is that Kerplunk?
That's Kerplunk. First track. One of the comments.
I knew something.
One of the comments. Wow. So a game that is basically Rock Band 2 with new songs and avatars is worthy of an 8 out of 10. How much do you guys get paid? And I said, they paid me so much. Rock Band 3 is already getting a 10. What the fuck? And I like
how the internet doesn't understand irony.
Yeah, I know. Well, I also like that this guy, whose name was Drive By.
Hi, Drive By.
Hi. It's like, yeah, we gave Rock Band 2 a 10, if I'm not mistaken, and 2 points lower. Yeah. A game that's really fun to play. Yes, that still gets an 8.
Those games will never. I can't see them being not fun to play. DDR is still fun to play.
It's still fun to play. It's
but
hard.
I don't have the drive to play it anymore.
You can't get excited about it.
And the drive for playing stuff like this
But,
is
like, I
drying up.
cannot deny that sitting down and playing those songs was, one, if you know the songs, it's a ton of fun to, like, get kind of re-immerse yourself in in those albums. But also, they're just really fun. And I wager that even if you don't care about Green Day, but you're an avid drummer of Rock Band or a bass player, those charts are fucking great.
Do you have anything to prove your point, Elston?
Oh, well, I have one from Burnout. This isn't a perfect example, but it's like...
God, we're good.
But, like, Trey Cool I think he's a fantastic drummer, and it is just mostly energetic pop-punk stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it's tough, but it's not tough with, like, in an asshole way. But, like, there's an example of just something
Lovely
from,
bridges here.
Like, yeah, he just does these fills in the middle of the song. Yeah. One more.
I'm just burning down.
Yeah. Stuff like that. Like, it's so much. Like, I was sweating by the time I was done, and it was just a ton of fun. I really, like, love the shit out of playing the Dookie songs. American Idiot works most of the time.
And we were trying to figure out songs to play in the show, and it's like, I did not know how strongly I remembered Dookie. I did not know how much that was a part of me being 14.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It was like the first time I'd heard masturbation clearly referenced in a song, which I was really, really into at the time.
Not a 14-year-old boy.
Oh,
like,
man,
this is a band that shares my interest.
I was, dude, sponsors were talking to me.
Oh, man.
Lubriderm was calling me every day.
Yeah. Like, we want you to turn pro, kid.
We want you to turn pro. How would you like a permanent stock of Hanes socks to wipe that up with?
Jesus.
Oh. What?
We'll send you to competitions once a month.
Yes. Hit the ceiling then. Yeah, it is pretty hot, isn't it, Hank? Just think about that. Think about me firing up the ceiling.
I'm pretty turned on right now.
Yeah. That is how I jerk off, like I'm cleaning a British chimney.
Well.
Yeah, nobody could see that pantomime.
Green Day Rock Band for or against?
I'm for it.
Aye! Green Day Rock Band passes.
Yes, fine.
I wish they'd make a green. I wish they'd make a Radiohead Rock Band. That's what
I don't.
Fuck yes.
That would be boring.
Why?
What?
You're not a Radiohead fan.
Maybe
Not
the
really.
Kid
Then it
A
doesn't
and
matter.
Amnesia.
It's all right.
Ones
I mean,
are
the music
boring.
is
I think
whatever,
it's
but, like,
overrated.
as a-
Pitchfork has ruined it for me.
Say
That's why I don't go to Pitchfork.
say
It's
that the band
unimpressed.
the band
bastards.
you'd like to see Rock Band like do a themed.
Honestly, Green Day was mine. I'm bummed.
I remember that we from like our fucking 10th podcast.
It was like podcast. It was like TalkRadar 7, I think. We were like,
Yeah.
what would you like to see? Well, I love this, and I really hope to get these songs. And then even
I
when they
got
had
Helter Skelter. Only Michael didn't get his wish, which
But-
was Lightsaber Cocksucking Blues.
but
yes.
that song came out.
on Rock Band.
Yeah,
Really?
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
McCluskey?
I thought it did.
No.
I thought it was one of you named some really bizarre old obscure song, and then it actually came out on DLC.
That couldn't have been me. No, the song is called "Lightsaber Cocksucking Blues." They're not gonna put it on fucking Rock Band.
I mean, Radiohead has been popular for more than a decade. Sold millions of albums, but are still critically respected. Like,
And if Rock Band is adding another instrument,
yeah, that's
Keyboard.
true as well. Yeah,
who
but
better
again,
to add it? But seriously,
Yeah,
Radiohead
yeah.
would be a perfect fit there.
but they could just ignore. They could ignore Kid A and Amnesiac and just do.
Why?
No, I agree, but I mean, if they wanted to keep it simple, they could. Like those aren't maybe the most fun.
I mean,
like
we had
I love Pyramid Song, but that's not going to be really fun.
We had the
one to
argument in
play.
the office
Like,
today that Tyler wrote an article on songs that should be on the keyboard, guitar. Should it exist?
Right.
For Rock Band 3, and I had said Final Countdown. You're like, well, that already existed, but they just approximated the guitar
Right.
or
Yeah,
whatever
keyboard,
instrument
yeah.
they were using.
I wanted to see Little Secrets by Passion Pit. Everyone
Don't know what that is.
Everyone go listen to it. Little Secrets, Passion Pit. Good stuff.
I think I Shazammed it.
Shazam.
Anyway.
Holiday in Cambodia might be the one I was thinking.
Oh,
of.
that
did come out.
Because that came out, and I think you
We bought
mentioned
that on Michael's last birthday. Was that a year ago?
It came out on
What?
November.
No, I thought that was Paul's birthday when we did it.
It came out
It was
November,
Diana or Michael's birthday?
It came out November 18th,
So remember, I bought
2008. So it's
any
a while
DLC
ago.
you
I
wanted.
don't know.
That
We
night.
did that at Paul's
sound
house. I
familiar.
think that was Brett's birthday because we left Shabu Shabu and then
Oh,
went
yeah.
to Paul's.
Yeah, it was
place.
Paul. It was Paul's.
Either way, that
Anyway.
house is burnt down.
Yeah, that house burned down. By the way,
All our memories are
Sad.
gone.
Yeah.
Sad.
Poor house. Poor Paul's old
Poor,
house. is
pour
gone.
Rich, who
And
was
poor-
living there at
our
the
friend
time.
Rich is.
I wish I would have captured that. Fuck, I should have. But you remember the Godzilla soundtrack?
Yes, God, I know
1998,
exactly.
and it was like the Godzilla remix of Brain Stew, and it was just Brain Stew with like.
like it,
It should have been Brett's favorite thing ever, mixing Godzilla with Green Day.
you have no idea how much I hated that. As a fan of both of those things, to see them
We
collide
can be
and
heroes.
fucking Jacob Dylan not
If
singing.
your dad is famous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your dad,
The greatest thing the Wallflowers ever did was inspire a palette swap ninja song. 3 red lights.
I thought you were going to say was trick people into thinking they didn't exist.
No. I would have loved to make that reference.
Get that joke, kids?
I wish I was
man.
as smart as Henry. But yeah, bunch
We've
of
talked for
other,
a while.
let's we'll blow through some news. Hank, you
real-
just whoa, go ahead.
2 other games. Disgaea Infinite
Mhm.
for PSP.
I saw that. I
Yeah.
just didn't care to mention.
No. Well,
Boy, if you're putting out a PSP game, why the same
I can't
week is
be-
the only PSP game anybody
I
cares
know,
about?
it's sad. Disgaea Infinite came
What
out.
is NIS?
I can't get
Thank
excited
you.
about every Disgaea PSP game that comes out.
The sad thing
it's
is this
It's
one.
like one a week. Come
This
on.
one is a it's like the interactive novel kind of gameplay. It's not a strategy game.
And it's being released in the U.S.?
Yes, they actually
Wow.
mentioned in the press release, like,
Wow.
I know this genre is not popular, but maybe this will change everyone's mind.
Of course, of course it will.
Yeah.
Of
I don't
course
know
it
how,
will.
how everybody loves multiple choice text adventures.
So the
Love 'em.
only review is from Game Informer, which gave it a 6.5, which is probably
Which is
dead
whatever.
on. So,
Yeah.
6.5. Where's the decimal point?
the up.
It's up.
Oh.
So it's less than a 1. It's
No,
a
I
6.
mean,
They give it a 6/10.
The decimal is on top of the 5. I don't know what that means.
Oh man, it's like an umlaut.
Yeah, but half. It's like
All
a
right,
lot.
All right.
Uh-huh.
We can- all right. E3 news.
Well, wait,
I
you
hope
said there was one other game after Disgaea.
No, that's it, that's
oh,
it.
okay.
we had our hopes and dreams dashed when we saw that article he posted on the Mortal Kombat
Oh, yeah.
footage.
Ah, yes.
Boy, what a fun afternoon that was, seeing that and thinking
Yes.
what does this mean?
I wish you could have been in the
No.
office because I was doing something. I turn around and it's Brett and Henry looking at a YouTube video like Sherlock Holmes and Watson trying to figure out everything about what is this? What it seems to have a distinct.
This man says his name is Liu Kang.
And they're discussing it I think this could be what's being talked about. And like there's it's reptile eating someone's face.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a Mortal Kombat video that didn't leak. It was just released on YouTube, and then it was linked around heavily.
It was a smart fucking move.
Yeah,
and it takes place in a sort of real world, like how Batman Begins.
Yeah,
is in sort of a real world,
exaggerated
same kind of
real
deal.
world. So,
Yeah.
but it's
smart move. It was some director making a pitch on a rated R Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah,
so whether the studio passed or not, he released it on the internet, and
Yeah.
it caught everything ablaze.
Yeah, and it was Mortal Kombat reimagined in a real world where Jax and Sonya are basically work for cops or FBI, and are hunting down these serial killers. Or
I have the character intros when
Right.
they talk about him.
And by the way, Jax is Michael Jai White.
Jai White.
Yeah.
Who was
Spawn,
Spawn.
and he was Mike Tyson in a
Yeah.
And he was in
Tyson
that
biopic.
scene that got cut out of Kill Bill Volume 2.
I think he was.
Yep.
He
You can see it on the DVD.
This is him talking to a shadowy figure.
Known fatalities are in the double digits. Code name Reptile.
I can't believe they got Mario Kart in there.
They've ruined that whole scene by putting that music
And I can't tell you how happy all this made me, talking to these characters were in a real universe. But then I also felt like I was in that sad baby boomer state, like when in the '90s when like the Flintstones movie came out,
and Brady Bunch movie.
And I remember, I liked it as a kid and looked back and like, man, that's fucking sad. Like my parents went to go see that because they used to like it, and then they walked out hating it.
The fucking Grinch film. Live action Jim Carrey.
Oh, Jesus. Everybody involved, including Jim Carrey and Ron Howard, who I like, should be shot for their involvement in that. Everybody. Dr. Seuss's wife, please kill her. Kill her. She has to die.
Well, I think the Cat in the Hat, though. Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat made us forget
that interview alone taught me to not believe anybody. He's like, well, we were waiting until the right script came along. Fuck you. Cat in the Hat. Cat in the Hat. Thank you. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You were waiting for that last zero. Yep. Fucking. Ugh.
But anyway.
Baraka.
Pierce his face, sharpen his teeth into fangs, and he even surgically attached a pair of 10-inch blades into his forearms. Code name. Baraka.
I can't believe you didn't grab the MK2 announcer. Baraka. When the game meant something.
Not a lot of time.
It's funny though, like how they mentioned Baraka is he formerly couldn't cut it as a doctor or a surgeon, so he just went crazy and basically became a Reaver from Firefly.
Yeah.
And cut up his face and cut up his chest and then implanted just self-mutilating, like put blades in his forearms,
steak knives into his forearms.
Yeah, like Baraka has the knives. But that's the reimagining. Is like Reptile is just a mutated baby who's born and now has to consume flesh for a reason. And Baraka
that there is a reason.
Yeah, I don't think there was a reason.
Well, he said like
he's nuts. He wasn't supposed to live past 2.
Right,
30 years old.
A Harlequin baby, which is a real thing.
Yeah.
It's really super gross.
Right.
Oh, it's beautiful. Diamond.
Like his eyes are inside out or something.
And this was sad.
The night before Johnny Cage was murdered,
no,
he told us about a tournament this Shang Tsung is planning. Some underground death match between the world's top fighters, serial killers, assassins. Which brings me to you, Hanzo Hasashi.
Hanzo Hasashi.
I just like the idea of serial killers being invited to a tournament.
Yes, will you please all gather? Promise this isn't a sting, but
wait a minute. Can you show proof that you're a serial killer?
Yeah, can you just like murder a few prostitutes over a course of several months?
Can
I show up if I kill someone right now?
Can you fax in some dental records?
Just take a picture of all the trophies you've been keeping.
This tournament exists. Shang Tsung will find you, and if this tournament exists, it's our one shot to take out Baraka, Reptile, and the other maniacs who turn this city into a killing field.
This is when I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. I want to see this, and I love the idea that like this person went and shot this for a hard R.
Yeah, hard, very violent. And it has real production values.
Yeah, it
not
does.
like great ones, but real ones.
That leads me, like, I have now, because of that, a suspicion somewhere gnawing at the pit of my stomach that the unnamed director behind all this is Uwe Boll.
No.
He's going to come out and he's going to say, yeah, suck it, you love my movies!
I would actually love it if somebody looked it up and figured it. Because the director, his name is out there, I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's in a lot of articles.
Everything I've seen has been, like, unnamed director. Jerry Ryan saying, I did it as a favor for a friend.
Oh,
yeah,
who? Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9.
Sonya Blade. Perfect timing.
Oh, man, he lays it on.
I'm really dead.
Sub-Zero.
That man is dead.
His pictures were taken yesterday.
Oh,
what? No, they were not.
And this whole time, who are they talking to?
Oh my God, who?
Find Shang Tsung and finish it.
Get it?
Hanzo Hasashi is dead.
Scorpion.
I thought you were going to end that with the...
really knew how to bring it together.
With CSI Miami.
Oh, I should have.
The thing about that is when the guy they've been interviewing this whole time steps into the light and shows his face, you're like, oh, he doesn't have pupils, he has no eyes, it's just white like Scorpion, because Scorpion was, for all intents and purposes, a demon. That already implies a supernatural element to what was
Chinese ninja.
to what was supposed to be a grounded, real-world take, and now, well, there's still a demon come back from hell to kill Sub-Zero.
Just that stupid.
Or he's blind, I guess. He could just be blind.
Yeah, well, with the when he throws his spear and it like goes through some dude's neck, and it's like that kind of couldn't really exist in the real world like that.
Yeah. Well, I can accept exaggerated violence like that, but then like the moment you introduce a supernatural element, it's magic. It's like when they throw Thor into the Iron Man universe next year. It's gonna think, so how do you have a magic god of thunder fight a guy in a suit? We'll find out.
CGI, my baby. But what should I go into my thing or your thing?
Well,
speaking of CGI,
speaking of,
I did an article on Pixar versus DreamWorks.
Okay.
Who stacks up? Yeah, too bad I've discussed it to death with everyone in the office.
I actually haven't heard anything you've said, so
it was a dumb idea. I'm like,
who's talking? Jesus.
We wanted. Oh, wow.
I was making.
Sorry, I just heard the plane coming through, and I thought
I was
the
making
floors
a
were
joke.
being shampooed in the middle of our podcast again. Fuck it. We were talking. Pixar coming out with another movie. No one here likes DreamWorks.
Nope.
As a rule.
Well, yeah, I don't, but I liked Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. Kung Fu Panda was fucking awesome.
I liked that a lot.
Like, it was ridiculous.
It was
ridiculously good.
First two Shrek movies, not bad.
Not a fan, but then part of that I explain in the article as to why. Because it's total fanboy shit. Because Shrek 2 came out. I didn't think it was that great. It beat the record Finding Nemo set the year before. Cool, good for you. Came out that summer, did great. Decides to release on video on an unprecedented Friday. Which Friday? November 5th, Date Master.
Incredibles.
The release date of Incredibles. Solely to, like, ignore a coexistence. Like, you have to be the only animated movie after $500 million? Apparently, yes. And that's what DreamWorks did. And it...
I remember
but did it really
DVD
hurt Incredibles?
Well, actually,
how could it not? Like, if you think of like low-income families, like here's a $20 DVD and here's a $20 trip to the movies. What are you going to do? And they're throwing events at Blockbusters and all that shit. Come meet Shrek.
let me pull a Brett here.
Go for it, Hank.
When I worked at Blockbuster back in 2004, we had like Shrek was. They sent us way too many copies of it, or Blockbuster overestimated how much people would want to see Shrek 2 because it's actually seen as a bit of a bomb at least they expected like gigantic DVD sales.
It's
but
the fourth
not.
highest grossing domestic movie of all time.
Yeah, but it really the DVD sales were like a disappointment. They thought it was going to be a lot bigger. We always had copies of Shrek 2 on the shelf at our copy at our.
We had like I think Suncoast had a fucking contract to play Shrek all day, all the time.
While I'm watching Henry talk about Shrek, the sky behind us really looks like a Red Dead sky. Like when the sun is setting. I'm playing it a lot. It's the sun setting, hitting those clouds.
I didn't even want to mention it that much. It's just I tried to go back and look. Almost every Toy Story Pixar game or Pixar DreamWorks game involves the voice actors.
Yes,
that's a no-brainer, except for Tom Hanks. He does not participate.
Yeah,
that's why Toy Story 2 for the Dreamcast. Is The Adventures of Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Because Tom Hanks didn't want any of that shit.
We sold a ton of those when I worked at that place.
And I went back and looked at the Genesis and SNES versions
of Toy Story.
And I think before there was voice acting, they just jacked the dialogue from the movie.
Yeah.
So here, I believe, is Tom Hanks' only video game appearance.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
And that could be anybody.
Possibly Arlie Ermey's only video game appearance.
Code Red! Boo! Boo!
I bet Arlie Ermey's been in other video games.
Dude, he loves money.
Yeah.
He'll do anything.
I'll play this guy for the 400th time in a movie, sure.
This is it. This is all I have. Bug's Life has stepped it up way too much with the voice acting.
Nice. Oh, that's gonna leave it stay. Grain. This I can use.
Wow. Is it just gameplay?
This way, Flick. These berries don't work.
Thank you, Dave.
It's like someone just trying to juggle acorns and failing miserably.
And great music. What we discovered, sadly, at the end of all that, is that all of DreamWorks, the 9 games I chose that came out at the same time or a theme similar, DreamWorks games won.
Got like higher Metacritic averages?
Higher Metacritic averages. DreamWorks games won. And why is that? Why, you ask? Nobody was asking ever. But now we have an answer. Activision developed most of the Pixar games that did well, critically. The Disney. Remember, we make fun of it.
Disney skateboarding.
Disney skateboarding adventure. That's Activision. Buzz Lightyear, Toy Story 2, whatever that game is called. Activision. Bugs Life. I've never seen this before. It's a giant bar with Activision, and it says "sold by Activision" on the Pixar box or on the Bugs Life box. I'll have it in the article.
Yeah.
And then Activision went to go work for whom?
What? Who? What?
DreamWorks. Michael's wincing. Ever since they've been working for DreamWorks, with the exception of Cars, all DreamWorks movies have outscored.
That's just the Toy Story 2 developed by Old Traveler's Tales.
Well, it was published by Activision.
Yeah. I just mean like Traveler's Tales has had a very up and down history of like bad, okay, bad, good, bad.
That is all I have to say about that. We're moving to Elston's crap because we got to get through this entire E3 list.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, we saw that.
Real quick.
Be faster than you think.
Next week we can't go through it because actually this is kind of interesting. Next week 100 classic books comes out for the DS.
Yes.
And there's 100 public domain books on there for your ass to read.
You could just read now.
You could just read now anywhere for free.
I can't wait to have my ass read that. By which I mean sit on my DS.
Well, that really made me lose my.
That's why I got the DS in that color because it's camouflage, coral pink. You can't tell when it's in there.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
You bought it for me.
I did to take care of my cat. You're welcome.
Oh, what's his name? Kennedy?
God.
No.
So. Fuck you.
I knew that would hurt his feelings.
One thing,
I know Tetra.
One thing, there's a YouTube video of old Tetra if you care to Google it.
I can't believe you plugged that.
Don't.
Make sure to click on the ad bar in the video.
Yes, because I'll get 30 cents for it. They're releasing that game next week during E3. Because no one who's going to E3 gives a fuck about 100 classic books.
Yeah.
It really is just it's shit like
Count of Monte Cristo.
War and Peace.
War and Peace is on there.
Yeah, just like all that Romeo and Juliet. Like it's.
I actually want to know: did you guys stop at 100, or could you really not fit anymore?
Yeah, I want. It's just text.
Well, as I read in that ad, they sent you that with you can download 10 more, up to 10 more.
Tell me it cost me money.
No, it's free.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good. But one thing I noticed is that there's no ESRB rating on it because it's not.
That's fucked.
It's not a game, but that's weird because the subject matter in most of those books would get an M by the ESRB's standards of violence and sex and all.
The thing I got mad about they cited in Assassin's Creed was in a historical bio of a real person.
Yes, all the rape thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And
something a real person actually did.
Yeah, and it's a reference.
And a reference to something.
And then this is a book that is nothing but people killing each other, having sex with each other, and dying and living miserable lives. Most of the books ending with a horrible ending.
Scarlet Letter.
Yeah. That's in there.
He's a hooah.
And that's fair. That's fun for the whole fucking family.
Yes.
But anyway, they came with a bookmark in the packaging, and it's got some quotes from these fancy books, and I want to see how many of these.
Oh, fancy book quotes.
See if you guys know any of these books. All right, I won't go with the. Let's just the first one. Everyone will
I bet
know
I
this.
can guess it.
It was the best of times.
Leviticus.
Tale of Two Cities.
Author?
Tale of Two Titties.
Author?
Charles Dickens.
Jim Davis.
Daryl's Chickens.
I'm thinking of the Garfield sequel.
Daryl's Chickens.
The Sale of Two Titties by Daryl's Chickens. That's a Monty Python.
It is Daryl's Chickens. Professor Chickens, they called him.
I should probably give Michael a hooray. There you go.
Chickens, delicious chickens. This one has a name in it, so I'll blank the name. Blank was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do.
It sounds like
they thought it big enough of a quote to put on this
Who
bookmark.
sits with her sister on a bank?
Blank was beginning to get very tired of sitting by her sister on the bank and of having nothing to do.
Is it Emma?
No.
Is it Alice?
Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Clever.
By that pedophile.
Lewis Carroll.
Yeah. By pedo
What's his
Carroll.
name? John what? I forgot.
Lewis Carroll.
That's not his real name.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Fred Elston. Even as Quizmaster, you get a point.
Next one. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife.
Fuck, I know what that is.
One, you
Pride
need
and Prejudice?
you need to trim that shit up. That took forever to get that point across. It is Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah!
Boy, hey.
Ding, ding.
Wow, I would not
Bet
know.
they're saying that to Mr. Darcy.
Who's the author of that one?
To be fair,
Jane Austen.
he just got back from a Jane Austen convention.
Yeah.
Lost in Austin?
No, I love the BBC. I love the BBC Pride and Prejudice that stars.
Colin Firth.
That wedding I was just at, like, a song from that came on, and all these nerdy doctor women went fucking ape shit. Like, oh, this is from the BBC Pride and Prejudice. And, like, I guess I should have fucking known. Jesus, let me put on my dancing shoes.
Well, that's why I love the Bridget Jones' Diary, the first movie, because Bridget Jones' Diary takes a lot of inspiration from Pride and Prejudice, and so they cast the character Mark Darcy with Colin Firth to play the Darcy character again. Who plays Mr. Darcy.
And Mr. Darcy was a neighbor to Al Bundy for 10 years.
This is true, Elston. Another point. You were in the lead.
That show was a lot smarter than I thought.
You were in the lead.
And the last one they can only fit 4 on a bookmark. Another name in the title. To blank, she is always the woman. I have seldom heard him mention her under any other name.
The Odyssey.
No.
To Odyssey, she is a woman.
Yes.
To Odyssey.
I didn't know it was the title of the fucking book.
To blank, she is always the woman. I have seldom heard him mention her under any other name.
Great Gatsby? No, that's not in public domain.
The blank is someone's name, a literary figure's name.
Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, that's a movie.
Jesus loves women.
In fact, this character has been reimagined over and over again, both in games, movies.
I'm gonna have to go with my gut, Garfield.
Daredevil? You would say that about
combined. Hank and I are both right.
It is. You're right. The answer is Dr. Samson. No, it's not.
Okay,
no?
Michael. You have an English degree, right?
The author has been knighted.
Arthur Conan Doyle?
Yes.
Oh shit! It's not
Sherlock.
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
No shit. Wow. Sherlock.
Oh, so that's all.
No shit.
Never heard that saying? No shit.
So we all
I have.
Brought to you by Nintendo and the good folks at HarperCollins.
HarperCollins. Why would HarperCollins want a digital book? They want you buying real books.
Well, because he didn't cost. You and I could publish our own version. We could put a commentary in the beginning. I don't like this book. I think it sucks. Fart boner. Boom. We have our own copy.
I made $100.
Buy a copy of Pride and Prejudice.
Yep.
Henry Gilbert.
Oh my God! What you got else? You gave me these sound effects.
Oh, these sound effects. Before we go into E3, we usually like to play some audio silliness, and we haven't in a while from a game. But
except the last couple of games we played audio from.
No, I mean like where we pull funny out of older games and kind of like Spider-Man turning into the lizard and all that.
Sure, ignore me.
You know what?
No, go.
I was in here last week. So we, like a year and a half ago, about a year ago in May, we made fun of Bionic Commando's wife arm.
It was wrong of us.
It was dead on.
I think you can get it on a T-shirt now.
And while doing research for Game Music of the Day this week, I did Circle the Moon, and I just started reading up on Castlevania stuff. And I remembered Lament of Innocence was the PS2 game, and it was the story of how it was the first chronological game in the Castlevania series. It was how the Belmont clan became cursed, and how, not cursed, but like how they became destined to fight Dracula over and over again, and how the vampire killer Whip, which is a signature weapon of the Belmont family through most of these games, got its power, and how it came to be not just another whip. It was a, holy artifact. And
I was going to say sought after.
Sought after. Well,
that's just to tickle me, Elmo.
They always had it. They didn't need to seek it out. That was theirs. But so here's the first clip of dialogue, which this is Leon Belmont talking to Ronaldo, who's a guy.
That's a guy who plays football, right?
Yeah, Leon just tried to fight Dracula and realized he couldn't hurt him, and couldn't figure out why. But he did manage to save his wife Sarah, and now he's asking, there's got to be a way that I can beat Dracula and save my wife. Go for it.
Isn't there another way?
Well, there is, but...
Tell me. I'll do anything.
Wow.
Let me ask you this. Can you kill that girl?
Uh-oh. Japanese. Pause.
Yeah. What are you saying? If you make the whip complete, you can destroy him. But in order to do that, you need a tainted soul. One that trusts you.
Uh-oh.
One that you can trust.
I abandoned everything in order to save Sarah. I could never do such a thing.
You see where this is leading. He has to... The whip he has won't do any damage, and he needs a tainted soul. His wife...
I like alliteration.
His wife has been bitten by Dracula and is going to become a vampire.
Can I play 2?
Go ahead and play 2.
You must enter into a blood covenant. with Sarah's soul. Focus your spirit on Sarah.
Which he'll do.
All becomes one in infinity.
Oh, he's going to escalate this.
The tainted soul joins his undesired and cursed soul. His blood accepts your hatred for the power to slay!
It's like a fucking monster truck.
Does the title mean you hate the idea of innocence? Or you're...
He's lamenting that they once had... The innocence is gone.
Oh. They lost that innocence.
They lost the innocence because here he has to sacrifice his wife to the whip so that the whip can be infused with the power to destroy Dracula, which makes this fucking whip a wife whip. And it's his wife! And that's fucking... This has been around since 2003! Yeah. And then go ahead and play the third one. I think this is the sound... I think this is him actually doing it.
Use the whip against Sarah!
I swear to you, no more will suffer your fate!
A robot elephant. Here's the sound of her becoming a whip.
Thank you, Leon.
Yeah, have another.
Here we go. that's the sound of me turning into a whip.
Use the whip on your wife.
Yes.
So basically, he just whips his wife, and that turns
until
her
she
into
becomes the whip.
And then her soul is infused, a soul you trust, and a soul that can trust you. Just like the fucking arm in Bionic Commando.
So what you're saying is it's a huge allegory for S&M.
Yes.
That sounds like a folktale.
She was
you
totally,
tell wife
yeah,
beaters.
she approved of it. She said, thank you.
Some folktale you tell wife beaters, like if you keep hitting your wife
That
with the whip,
is
she'll
a
become
misogynistic fantasy in which the wife thanks the husband for being beaten with a whip, and I'm done with that.
Well, it's because she went. It's because she turned evil by getting bitten by
Dracula.
8 more seconds.
The last one.
Dr. Acula.
The last one is just his reaction to turning his wife into a whip. I just love how long he sustains that scream.
Isn't there a similar scream when he finds out about the wife arm?
Probably.
Oh, balls. I don't want to go look for that.
No, I don't know what it is. Just play it again. I really
play
like
Cecil from Final Fantasy.
How?
Oh yeah, the Cecil one really.
That cracks me up. I just couldn't believe that shit was legitimate. That it was a wife whip, which Michael pointed out earlier that it makes a bit more sense because it's at least magic.
Yeah.
It's not technology, but it's still a wife whip.
It's less stupid when it's magic.
Yeah.
It's in a magic world. Yeah,
but it works very well, and I have a clip of it in action. I'm going to get rid of that sound effect in a second, so I just wanted to play it one more time.
Okay.
Oh my God, let's
That's
get ready.
That's a good news sound, actually.
Yeah.
News.
News?
Time for news.
Oh, I changed it again. Yeah, it is. It's just like Dan Rather
the news timers are going off.
Crying over the Sting. Oh my God, who's ready for E3 mayhem?
No.
Yes.
No.
We're going to go through all this shit, say what you've seen, say what you're excited about. There's an article up on Games Radar. You can find it on the TalkRadar 105 page, right along with the split-second contest. The fan art.
You say split second every time when it's split reason. Split reason, not split second.
Okay. From here on out, everybody else can come in here with 9 sheets of fucking notes. 2K Games rumored new BioShock. I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. Mafia 2. I assume that's perpetually coming out. Sort of like Jesus coming back.
It was last year.
It is really going to come out this year. Though.
All right.
If it says LA Noire on there, that's not coming out this year. I swear to God, that's not coming out.
Don't ruin it. Sid Meier's Civ 5, because that's on there.
I mean,
I want to play that. That has hexes.
2K said it's definitely there, but I couldn't care less.
I don't want to play Sid Meier's version, though.
Just Civilization
at all. I want
just
a regular.
Rights?
I would want one just undoctored. I'm moving on. Spec Ops: The Line.
I don't know.
That has sand.
The Line makes me think like they're trying. Well, what's the wire, but not a wire? A line.
The Tightrope.
A Tightrope.
I believe that game also has more.
Nolan North.
Nolan North. Yeah.
XCOM.
Oh, yay.
That looks
XCOM I'm fascinated by because I don't know anything about the originals, and I love the visual style and all these screens that we've seen. So
I'm interested in it in spite of the originals because it's like it's a completely different thing. But the whole 50s, 60s sci-fi.
Yeah, I love it.
But
Really
that didn't work for
appeals to me.
Shadowrun when they made that into
but
a
it worked for
first-person
Fallout.
shooter.
Yeah. Shadowrun, they made it into a first-person shooter with no plot and just team-based shooting, and that was stupid.
Before we finish with 2K, though, I wanted to say they didn't put on there. Ken Levine has been teasing that he has some super-de-duper awesome game, and I really hope he actually shows it this year at E3.
I think
want to
it's
see
Sid
what
Meier's
that
Civilization
is.
5.
In case you don't know, kids, Ken Levine was the guy who was
Ken
mainly
Levine's
responsible
Calling
for,
All Cars 2.
They know.
Yeah.
They
He works together with David
Now I'm
Jaffe on
confused. Activision, Call of Duty Black Ops.
that'll be there behind closed
Which
doors.
is offensive. Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock.
Don't care.
Nope.
Which, by the way, fulfilled my prophecy of having the stupid story
You
mode.
did. You did.
It's just one step away from the open world. That'll be next year.
New DJ Hero, new Bond game.
Don't care.
Yeah.
I'll play DJ Hero, but I have to admit,
I'm looking forward to. Like,
Yes,
I'm jumping into my seat, but these are all fine.
Is that Bond game going to be that GoldenEye that's been...
We don't know. That's also listed on
Or is it
here.
going to be Nightfire 2?
Yeah.
Nightfire 2. Here's something really exciting. Which is possible. The new Bungie game.
Oh,
the announcement of new
No,
Bungie game.
it won't be there.
You don't think
Dan Amrich even wrote about it himself, saying Bungie is not showing it at E3. They're too busy with Halo Reach. They're not going to be focused on doing it.
GoldenEye. We also mentioned Singularity. Moving on.
God, Singularity, come on already.
Moving on to Bethesda.
Am I right?
Yeah,
I mean, we're all waiting for Singularity.
Moving on to the Bethesda. Brink.
Yeah,
Which one's Brink? Is that a shooter or
I don't
racing?
know. I always think roller skates.
It looks like a shooter that's with Mirror's Edge, though. More shootery.
Really
Mirror's
cool
Edge.
art style.
Perfect.
Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, Tyler Wilde liked that a lot.
Speaking of what Tyler Wilde liked, I'm moving past Hunted, the Demon's Forge,
Yeah.
into Rage. Tyler's like has a giant
he's
boner
got a
for
huge
Rage.
boner for Rage.
I'm interested. Raging boner.
Oh! I'm interested because it's id, and I typically like everything it is involved with. So
About time they made another game.
yes,
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls 5. We talked about that already. Capcom, Dead Rising 2.
that will be there, and I'm really tired of it already.
What's
basically
the,
a month
the other Dead
away
Rising? Zero?
Case Zero?
Case Zero?
It'll be DLC, I think.
DLC?
360 only.
360 only. Man,
It's reportedly going to be there anyway.
It's going to have Frank West in that one.
It is definitely going to be there.
MVC 3, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Is it this official subtitle, The Fate of Two Worlds?
Fate of Two Worlds.
Yeah.
Yes,
Nice.
I will
That's
be.
little reported.
I will be playing that.
Totally playable.
Probably
I
on,
wish I was going to be
probably
there to
on
play that.
Tuesday. Playing me some of that.
Okamiden.
Which
I'd
is
like to see
also
that.
which is also fun. I have to admit.
Bionic Commander Rearm 2.
Gonna love it.
Ghost Trick. What the fuck?
It's a DS game where you're dead and you can possess things in a room to fuck with people.
Sort of like Geist.
Yeah.
MotoGP 2009-10. I think I
Still,
reviewed that
that's-
several months ago for a magazine.
There's
ahead
always
of
going to
time.
be more DLC for it.
I don't know. Capcom's paying me a lot of money to say that's good, but
Okay.
they have to pay me more.
I'm moving on to my studio, Disney Interactive Studios.
Shut up.
Epic Mick. Oh, fine.
Hey, shut up this.
No, that's not the right shut up.
Shut up.
There you go. Disney Interactive Studios, Epic Mickey.
What do you?
Epic Mickey?
You're kind of like yes, but no.
I
He
don't.
wants to like it.
I want to like it, but one of the cells that needs to be there is for it to be visually impressive.
Yeah.
And seeing the company waver on it's not exclusive to Wii forever. Well, why do I care? I know it's coming there first, so
Yeah,
let's
I
not-
can't believe they'd put such a visually distinct and potentially flat out gorgeous game that would be known for have you seen Epic Mickey in action? It'll totally change your mind about Mickey. Instead, it's going to be on Wii and everyone's going to go, I don't care.
Looks pretty good for a Wii game.
Exactly. It's probably the best looking Wii game, which means it's like the biggest crap you ever took.
Hyper fucking 720p. That's really good. Pirates of the Caribbean Armada of the Dan, which I want you guys to see, just so you don't think I'm full of shit. The game looks really cool.
I'm eager to see it.
Toy Story 3, the video game.
That will
from what
basically
I hear,
be out a week after E3.
It will be out during E3.
Okay.
During E3, the day E3 technically starts. And Tron Evolution for PS3 and PC, and
Beh.
Tron Legacy for iPhone.
Beh.
I think it might be cool.
The
last
movie,
Tron game is
I
pretty
can't
good.
wait for the movie, but
And
I don't know about
even
the
the
game.
Kingdom Hearts level was fucking awesome.
Oh, yes. It was cool.
Electronic Arts, never heard of them. New Mass Effect, what? New
They're not going to.
I doubt that.
New Insomniac game, who cares? New Battlefield, Bad Company, I've never heard of you. New Mirror's Edge.
I really want a new.
I hope that's there.
I have no idea. Okay, we're not playing that game anymore.
No, you really want a new Mirror's Edge. You don't care what Insomniac has.
It was a joke. Like all of these things are like, if it would be huge if they were there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And I would.
Do we think Insomniac is going to spill that?
I think it's more likely that Bungie will announce something with Activision than Insomniac to announce something with Electronic Arts.
I bet you not.
You think it's more likely the other way around?
Bet something right now. Bet something.
I tell you, Bungie, they probably even contractually can't because they have to.
But
like,
Activision,
shift Reach first,
PlayStation,
before
and
they can do
Bungie
that.
are already talking about that they know what this thing is. We can't wait for you to see this new IP. It looks really great. We're really excited about it. None of that shit has come out of Insomniac because it was just a deal announced with no games in line.
You're way more likely to see the Respawn game than.
That's coming, Hank. Oh, you should have the list. APB All Points Bulletin. I stopped hearing. Bulletstorm. I loved it when I saw it on The Simpsons. Crisis 2. I said never be able to play it, but I forgot it's multi-platform. Dead Space 2, can't wait.
But I just read a thing today that they basically say it's going to have multiplayer, and I'm like,
Dead Space?
Yeah, Dead Space 2 multiplayer.
You know what's great for horror games? Multiplayer.
Just ask Resident Evil Outbreak.
Also, I hear that Extraction is going to be on Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah,
they announced that too.
Good, everyone will actually play it this time.
I thought that was almost confirmed.
Because it was really cool.
Yeah, it seems pretty much confirmed.
It was. I thought I saw it.
I'll play it again. I totally will.
EA Sports Active, who cares? EA Sports, who cares? FIFA Soccer 11, who cares? Madden. I had no idea there'd be another Madden now.
I can't believe they're still doing it.
Medal of Honor, NBA Jam, can't wait.
You just skipped over Medal of Honor. That's kind of a big deal.
It sounded like that was the subtitle.
Look
Medal
at this
of Honor
list.
NBA Jam.
All right.
Look at this list. For some reason, I included Hudson Soft out of morbid curiosity. Bomberman Live Battle Fest.
Oh, wow. I haven't played a Bomberman game. It's so long.
Bonk, Brink of Extinction.
Yep.
Thanks for writing my headline. Deca Sports 3, Lost in Shadows, and Oops! Prank Party.
I am interested to play Lost in Shadows, but they are just stringing this along too much. Just fucking put it out already.
All right, we also
or stop teasing it. It's too much.
Konami, new Hideo Kojima Square Enix project with a giant question mark. New Hideo Kojima,
because he took one Twitter picture at Square Enix.
Yeah.
For all we know, he could just be doing some charity bullshit.
New Hideo Kojima Taboo project. He had mentioned something about working on a game that was too taboo and could ruin his.
That
in the
thing,
industry.
yeah.
Metal Gear Rising, which we haven't seen more than like
we haven't seen it since last E3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Since last
I'm
E3.
sorry, I took Michael's word.
Also, an article you can find on the TalkRadar 105 page. Go look at it. So we
and comment, please. We need your comments. I love everyone who comments. Fact.
And here's the one I think we're all excited about: Castlevania Puzzle Encore of the Night.
Fuck yeah!
I would like to play.
I don't have an iPhone, but I'll be borrowing all of yours.
Castlevania Lords of Shadows, can't fucking wait.
Which one?
Lords of Shadow.
I don't think it's going to be there.
You don't think so?
No?
I just know because of
they did that huge trailer at the Konami thing we went to.
Well, I know, but there's they did that, but I mean the people who it might be there, but people who went to the pre-E3 event a few weeks ago said it wasn't.
Henry conducted
that is actually. Could you get one for me too, please? Lords of Shadow is actually one of the reasons why I'm skeptical that we'll actually see Metal Gear Rising at E3 because Kojima's working on it.
Right. I bet they'll mention it just because they want to probably. They'll want to promote the fact that we got 2 games and really cool franchises in the works. That sounds great to investors and people who want to keep,
That's true.
It's a very business based thing, so they'll probably say.
Okay, moving on. Def Jam Rap Star.
I wasn't done.
What?
I'm done.
Okay, Def Jam Rap Star. You can't say the N word in it, but you can say lots of other swears.
Jesus Christ.
Well, what? I'm just saying.
No, it's like so. The censoring of music is just ridiculous. Like, you understand the people who are buying it already have the music.
Especially, hip hop. I mean, Motherfucker is so integral to the rhythm of so many of those songs.
I think it's an M-rated game. I think it is.
Better be.
It's a pretty cherished warm-up technique.
And then the next one is Lucha Libre AAA Heroes del Ring, and I've played that, and I think SmackDown is not at all in danger of losing its crown at number 1 game.
Oh,
Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
What?
It's
out.
It's out, but you know,
well, the UK
E3
made
will have-
that list, and that game doesn't come out in the UK. For
No, the
another week
E3
or so.
will feature a ton of games that are out already.
Yeah,
They
I
always
guess.
do. Especially at booths like Konami. Pro
whatever.
Evolution Soccer 2010. I'm not English.
Shit, I just fell asleep. What did you say?
99 Nights 2. I don't understand. That should just be 100.
That was better than I expected. I'll say that.
Oh, all right.
It was
Rocket Knight already out. Russian Attack Expatriate. Why?
Excellent question.
Saw 2. The Cages Pro Style Batting Practice. Oh, there's the Wii symbol.
Oh, wait, yeah, I remember.
There it is.
I
No
remember
full games
deploying
for you,
screens
Wii
for that.
owners. LucasArts, Lego Star Wars 3, enough.
What? What's left?
Monkey Island 2 SE.
Expanded universe.
Somewhere in the world, Charlie Barrett. I'm done with boner jokes. No more. I'm retiring them for me. The
doubt
Force
that.
Unleashed 2,
For the
Star
next
Wars,
10
The Old
minutes.
Republic, Microsoft, Crackdown 2. I'm very apprehensive about, but I really love the first Crackdown.
Yeah, I really love the first one, and the idea of a 4-player Crackdown sounds really cool.
Yeah.
But something about watching the videos when Charlie came back from that preview event, I was kind of like,
But its release is like imminent, right?
it's
Like,
July
in a
6th
month.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's sort of weird that they're actually doing a story for this one, and it's like that is the one game where it's like, I don't care what the story is, I just want to
Yeah.
jump around on shit.
I just wanted to jump and grab on windows and throw
Let me be a
cards.
superhero and give me assignments, and I'll
Yeah.
fuck them up, and everything else along the way. Fable 3 also be there.
2K.
Yep.
Oh,
Good
God.
more.
Okay.
Gears of War 3, can't wait.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Halo Reach, been there, done that.
Yeah, I'm not too...
like Reach around.
It's going to have to be a really uphill struggle to make me go, oh, I will play Halo Reach, because I went through ODST, and fuck you for tricking me.
Best of all, Project Natal Games, River Rush,
Whatever the
Ride.
new name. Did you hear Natal is
Yoga.
not going to be the name? I think
It's almost too late.
the story I read is they're going to call it Wave.
Yeah.
Wait,
Called
I
Wave.
read that too, but like, why would you continue? Usually that changes
Pretty early.
way earlier on.
Yeah, it's been a whole year, but
Like they've been promoting it to the press as Natal.
And it's all actually like, I can't stand the product, but the name is great.
The Natal, like, did we all watch the video of the Parade magazine?
Oh,
People
Parade magazine
playing
too,
Natal.
like-
If you haven't seen it, YouTube that, because it's your
sad.
worst nightmare come true.
It's adorable, but it's not something I ever want to do.
Yeah, it's like,
And again-
oh, you know, all of us who play games, we've got a spacious living room with a bunch of...
It looks like your first attempt at a humanoid, and you fed them speed, and then taught them, like, gave them the dictionary definition of dancing.
Yeah.
And they just threw their limbs everywhere.
Like, all of them are literally, like they're not even, like, attempting to win at
It was
the game.
moving
They're
too
just-
fast. They were moving too fast for their heads to be still enough to see what was occurring on any kind of
Yeah.
screen.
And,
if you had told me that like Raffi had done a bunch of speed and done like a private concert for these people, I would believe you.
The thing is,
Like,
Sunday...
that's what's happening off camera.
Ding
Sunday
dong,
night-
bing dong, bing.
Sunday
Motion
night-
game.
Sunday night this weekend,
Yes.
like 2 days after this airs, I know Charlie and I will be at a Natal event.
is that going to be reported on separate from their press conference?
Yes.
I
So
don't know.
Microsoft
it'll
does
be-
shit. They
it'll
relate
be-
to the party that used to be Sega Spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be part of their press conference Monday morning, but there's a special thing with no media, no twittering, no cell phones, no
I
pictures, and most importantly, no fun.
No eyeballs.
No eyeballs allowed. So that'll by the end of Sunday night, I will have officially been tired of Natal. Like I
Just in time to be ready to play
just
it all
in time
week long.
to have to look at that. I don't know. That and PlayStation Move. I'm like, you're gonna have to really sell me on it.
All right, we're halfway
MTV
through
Games.
this.
Rock Band 3. Can't wait to play it. Namco Band Ace Combat Joint Assault. Brett will cover that.
Oh, no,
Clash
I
of the
won't.
Titans. Is it not over already? And
No,
Slay.
remember they put that out.
Dragon
They
Ball Z
delayed it for
Origins.
quality.
Naruto.
Yep.
Untitled Pac-Man game. Splatterhouse. Oh, desperation.
Oh, they're really trying to like reinvent Pac-Man, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's a Pac-Man party one of those nights.
Yeah, there's some sort of new Pac-Man thing.
I hope I can get into
And well,
that.
Splatterhouse being shown for, I think, the third E3 in a row.
I've never played Splatterhouse, so I'd really like to play Splatterhouse. I have very fond
Maybe this'll
memories
be
of
the year
it
it'll
as,
be
as
good.
something I couldn't play in front of my parents as a kid. Splatterhouse was that game.
Hmm.
I would
Really?
never be allowed to have. Nintendo new 3DS game rumored
Lots
right
of-
now to be Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing on the 3DS.
Seriously?
It makes a lot of sense.
I
Especially,
think it is a certainty there will be a WarioWare game that launches for
yeah,
the 3DS.
yeah, that's true.
Or within the release first
That's
2
the
months.
easiest thing we can shit out for $30.
Yeah. Well, every time they make a new thing, they test out that new thing with WarioWare.
There used to be Pilot Wings that tested it out.
I know.
Give me a new
It's easier to do it with 8-second games.
Give me a new Pilot Wings, please.
And we have new Wii Zelda possibly on
That
display.
will definitely be there. And then Tuesday night,
That'll be playable.
I doubt it'll be playable, but they'll probably show it during the press conference. And there's the annual Miyamoto roundtable.
No, I might have to go there.
That I'll never
be invited to.
You're not. It's already happening. It's like very. Last year was the one where he teased that image. Last year's the one where he showed that he was working on Pikmin 3.
Yeah, he was like, sorry, no Pikmin 3.
But I am doing it. So this year, I guarantee that's what the roundtable will be. I'll be doing that, I think, Tuesday night or Wednesday night.
It'd be great to see Pikmin 3 and the Wii Motion Plus Zelda game.
That Zelda will definitely be there. You will probably know exactly what's going on with that.
Though, do you think it'll come out? I was telling this to Chris that I don't think they've ever premiered a Zelda game and had it come out in that same year. So I don't think
it's usually a year or sometimes a year.
Then again, I mean, their fall is like nothing right now.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Nintendo will announce their fall game, which I don't know what it is.
Wii Party.
It can't be.
Wii Music Party.
Also,
Wii Music Party.
Wii Music Cardi.
Let's get this Cardi started.
That was the best article of all time. I love that one so much.
Metroid Other M and best of all.
Ugh.
Man.
Chris, wake up. Chris!
The Wii Vitality sensor. I'm sorry. That really I didn't mean to hit the drum roll.
If you had on the Wii Vitality sensor, would know you were asleep.
Here we
I'm curious to know how the hell they possibly think they can justify that.
I'm sure the moment they showed that, some investor in Japan was, get that fucking thing off the stage! They let them put anything up there! Miyamoto says, I would love a heartbeat sensor. Oh, heartbeat, let's do it.
Let's move on to
There's
Rare.
an expensive piece of plastic you can clip onto your finger, and it's really uncomfortable.
What about my Wii vagina sensor? I put my dick in it, and it just...
You clip it over your eyelids like Clockwork Orange. Untitled Natal Games.
No, we're in Rare now.
Have a Rob sitting next to you dropping eye drops in your eyes.
Just pulling at the rods in your nipples.
Yeah.
Perfect
Rare's
Dark
making
2,
a
I
bunch.
don't know why. I doubt that's happening.
So wait, this is Rare we're talking about now?
Rare,
Okay.
let's move on to Respawn. Untitled game. I would be amazed. I would love to see the Respawn game there, but I highly doubt it.
Didn't they say they were probably going to reveal something?
Yeah. No, that was a news story I read recently that they I think in the last 24 hours they said
it'd be so early.
They said like we're working on something. Well, I
guess that would
definitely
make
been
sense.
hiring people as fast as they can. Maybe they could make a 20-second thing
You
of
can
whatever
read
it
through
is.
the lines of interviews with Infinity Ward, and it's like Activision won't let us do this, Activision won't let us do that, and it seems they probably were. From what I can see in those legal lawsuits, is that legal lawsuits that they wanted to make something else, but they were contractually bound to something
to Call of Duty,
which they didn't want to do, and they probably had this idea the whole time.
I hope it's not a war game, just to maybe show some creativity.
They said Activision wouldn't even let them take Call of Duty out of World War II. That was a fucking struggle.
Michael's handing me something.
Uh-oh.
What is that?
It looks like a little computer.
Yeah, that was from yesterday.
His news is broken?
Yeah.
That was today.
That the Iron Spider suit is in Shadow Dimensions.
Yeah.
It's like a...
Okay, Rockstar Games! Rockstar Games!
The Activision list, Spider-Man wasn't on that list.
Not attending.
It'll be there, definitely.
L.A. Noire, Max Payne 3.
No.
Way will you see
None of
L.A.
it will
Noire.
be there.
Yeah.
Good.
Really
The
quick,
best
though.
we can hope for is that some of this stuff will get shown off or teased during either Sony or Microsoft's press
Depending on
conferences.
who gets the exclusive DLC.
Right. Yeah.
That's where we'll see it. God, I want to see more fucking L.A. Noire. I don't want to see Mafia 2 ever again.
I know.
I want to see more L.A. Noire.
Real quick, Rare. It's not on the list, but I feel like I heard rumors of Killer Instinct 3 that it was happening.
A long time ago, but then you notice
more so than the usual.
Every single resurrection of every single rare property that's ever existed is rumored at all times. On 100 fronts. Sega, Sonic Freeriders, XBLA, the Natal racing game. Can't wait. Conduit 2. Conduit 2.
That's the rumored one.
That's definitely. Conduit 2.
Yep.
Boner.
Phantasy Star Portable 2, Tournament of Legends,
Don't care.
Sonic That Jug 4. I can't wait to fucking play
Sonic
that.
4 I will play.
I will play that.
I'll play it more.
I'll play it harder.
I'll play it better.
I'll play it blacker.
I'll play it louder.
Sonic Colors, which this is how I wanted to see it unveiled in the press conference. Sonic. Oh, watch out, y'all. Ice-T's coming at you with some Sonic Colors. No one's going to get this.
I thought it was going to be to the Fuck it.
That a boy, Hank.
There's a band in
Living Color?
Song About Colors?
No, the fucking... Okay. All right, in high fidelity, he plays that one CD that everybody then buys it.
The Beta Band?
Yeah, Beta Band has a song about colors.
All right, the Valkyria Chronicles 2.
I'm willing to give...
PSP.
I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm willing to give Sonic Colors the benefit of the
Look
doubt.
at that.
Did you read the Nintendo Power thing?
I did.
It actually
You sexual
sounded
battery
interesting.
victim.
It did.
No, I
love
agree.
Stockholm. What can I say?
It sounds interesting, and playing Mario Galaxy 2, it's not like only Mario can do this. Like
Right.
It's called Galaxy because it's hovering objects with no backgrounds that can be anything.
Yeah.
Do anything, Sega. So like if all these little colors remind me of like not necessarily stars, but those awful fucking jingos you find in Banjo-Kazooie. So, like back to some platforming roots. I'd be happy with that.
Which is why Mario Galaxy looks so good.
745 Studios. I'm looking forward to seeing Power Gig Rise to a 6-string for the guitar, and baffled by the drum they released.
The drum is the worst.
It's a real guitar. You can unplug it and play it. The drum looks like the sole of a shoe. It's ridiculous. Why would you do that?
It's like you melted a Rock Band Revolution or a Rock Revolution controller into just one funnel.
It really looks like you created a drum machine out of a giant novelty Genesis controller. It's the stupidest thing I've ever, especially after like the only appeal of another music game at this point would be like, oh, I can actually play this. Have a tutorial.
Yeah,
already.
The music thing is really drying up.
SNK, King of Fighters 13. I'm glad they have at least one reason to be there.
I bet they'll have a Metal Slug thing to show off there, like another
not on
spotting
this
out of
list.
that.
Metal Slug Triple X.
Sony Computer Entertainment, Infamous
Boring.
2, Warhawk sequel, and I don't know if this is just the
I think that's
GRUK being jokey. Starhawk, I love it. I want to play it now. Starhawk.
Wouldn't mind seeing
New
that.
Twisted Metal. I could have sworn David Jaffe put the kibosh on
Yeah,
that.
he said no to that.
Motorstorm 3. I
people
would
were saying
love
yes.
to see it. What was the new rumor on Motorstorm 3?
Motorstorm 3 is
alleged
that it
real.
will be set in a post-apocalyptic San Francisco.
I'm okay with
and
that.
it's basically announced, like not basically announced, but like there's all these leak screens that look completely legitimate.
Yeah.
iPets, couldn't care less. Free Realms.
Wait, iPets. How can they keep showing that? That's been out in Europe since last year.
Yeah.
Like it maybe hasn't come out in America yet, barely. But like we were at that PSP conference.
Calm
like,
down.
iPets
Can you
was
do
like,
this?
oh, this
Can you
is
do this
cute.
one more time? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Gran Turismo 5. How can they do that? They have shown it every year.
4 years now. 4 years. Last year they were like, oh, now we're finally gonna look. We teased you with GTA 5, but it's gonna be out the next year.
It
Come
was
on,
worth
guys.
the wait, right? We got the new Nissan.
Look at that.
No.
We gotta wait now for the 2012 cars.
Yeah, I know you played 6 Forzas with better gameplay. Free Realms, God of War, Ghost of
Free
Sparta.
Realms.
Yay.
Yeah, I say yay. Go,
That's the PSP one?
Hot Shots Tennis, Get a Grip, terrible title, but I love the PS2 Hot Shots game.
Yeah.
Invisimals.
I think that's what you might have been
Oh,
screaming
right.
about.
No, that was what I was mad about, but iPad has also been out in the UK for months as well.
It's an interesting concept, and I think if you have kids, that could be
Yeah,
really
actually,
fun.
iPad looks cooler than
And you hate
Invisibles, but they
them.
both look.
Yeah.
Killzone 3, I cannot wait to be biased. Little Big Planet 2.
I am already so biased.
Buy us some bias.
Which is Little Big Planet
get
2, I'm sorry, is a little weird, especially because Media Molecule said that's not the point of what we're trying to do.
Then
I
they
guess
changed
it's
their
like-
mind 2 years later.
What is Sony's?
more free
is
content.
Sony's big fall push just going to be Move?
That is next
Well,
level's
I would-
Move Party.
Well,
We need to get into
It's
this.
the
We need to break in and get into
Resistance
this
3.
because this is
What
breaking
about-
news. PlayStation Move games obviously will be there. Let me just round. SOCOM 4, Sports Champion, Slider, TV Superstars, The Fights, Lights Out, Last Guardian. Oh my God.
Yeah, Last Guardian,
The
I
Shoot.
can't
but
wait.
there's some.
I really hope
there's
that
something
comes out
leaked
this
on
year.
YouTube right now. PS4 ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical of that. But what I think is that here's what I think. It's like it's possible they're going to announce or tease a new console at their press conference. That seems really unlikely, though. I mean, we're not even far enough into this console generation for them to start rolling out a new system like in previous generations. And
So we
Sony's-
are, aren't we?
Well,
this
we're 4 years
This would
in.
be 4 years for them, but it was
That's
like
true.
it was extreme when Microsoft pulled the plug on the Xbox.
Yeah,
4
that
years
was a
ago.
premature.
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Sony has been saying that repeatedly since the thing was released, this is going to be a 10-year console cycle. And I can kind of believe that at this point because I don't feel like we've exhausted the potential.
Absolutely
I think we're
No.
like we're stepping up to a new stage, and I think that's what Sony might be trying to say with this. If this PS4 stuff is legit, assuming it is, that I think it's going to be not a new console, but a branding push.
Yeah,
that they're
with
going to be
Move.
saying, yeah, with Move and with 3D, this is akin to having a whole new system. We're calling this the PS4 initiative.
They shit on the brand.
But
I
that
hope
just
they don't do
seems
that.
confusing. Like at best, it seems confusing, and in worst case scenario, it's almost suicide.
It's probably their hope because I think the console cycle is part of how they make more money as a group, and the economy hurt them so bad over the last 2 years. I think maybe they're not quite happy about.
Well, I just thought the PS3's like profitable life only
I
started
think it
last
just
year
started.
with the Slim. So
Yeah, there's no way they're announcing a brand new console. That doesn't make any sense.
Of
Okay,
course,
so-
Sony does things that make no sense routinely. So
That's true. The PSP Go came and went with.
that wasn't.
no
Is that
fanfare.
on the list? PSP 2.
I wouldn't be surprised. I am holding off on my PSP screen is starting to go. I'm holding off on buying a new one until I see whether or not they announce one next week because I don't want to feel
How
like a
much would that
fucking
piss
chump.
you off?
That would
If
that would
was the
$200
PS3
piss me off.
The PS4 was a new portable system.
This is a new
Oh no!
No,
well,
I'm sorry,
that's not
Michael.
this because this is a guy on a console with glasses.
I
so.
see.
Yeah, that's true.
I
which
see.
would indicate the 3D technology.
Yeah.
Does it have a question mark afterwards? Like when I do that in the headline when I know it's not the truth?
No.
I mean, it's a video that looks.
The thing is, it's like, except for the PS4 thing at the end, I would look at this and say, oh, Sony's just teasing the 3D Bravias.
Yeah.
Their PS2 commercial was a commercial for PS2 or PS9.
PS9, yeah.
PS9.
Which people came in and asked for when I worked at that retail outlet.
Do you have that game system you inhale?
That
You
PlayStation
should-
9? Shut up!
You should
You're
have
too
handed him,
dumb
like,
to buy anything.
A David Bowie labyrinth ball and like just hand me your credit card. It'll never be over. South Peak Interactive 2 Worlds 2 nailed. Deep Silver's new arcade racer. Battle versus chess. I shouldn't have written that down.
Battle versus chess.
It's just
Copy and paste, my friend.
It's so terrible title because it's like, okay, I get what you're saying. It's like it's battle versus chess.
Right.
It's not
Oh, not Battle
and
VS chess.
are going to fight.
Yeah, it's like battle versus chess.
Battle chess versus. That's how you should have said it.
Yeah. Just battle chess.
Battle chess.
Everybody loved that game.
Square Enix rumored new Kingdom Hearts. I'm saying no, never
well,
going to
wait,
happen.
no, there is a new Kingdom Hearts.
It's an old Kingdom Hearts.
It's
It's
still
new to Americans.
Well, it's
No,
new
it
to
is not.
Americans, and it's drastically changed from a mobile version.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to pop fucking wood every time. There's my boner joke again.
I think that was 10 minutes. We predicted.
I love seeing this under Square Enix. I'd have to say the most bizarre thing I've seen working here in the last year was loading up a Tomb Raider game and
Square Enix logo?
The Square Enix logo, the size of the Tomb Raider logo, like style. It was bizarre. Deus Ex: Human Revolution, Square Enix.
That looks neat.
Yep.
Absolutely. Final Fantasy 14. Who gives a shit? Kingdom Hearts: Birth by Sleep. The Japanese are snoring. Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light. I liked it. Kane & Lynch 2, Dog Days. I haven't seen the single player. I've only seen the multiplayer, which was the same mode, and they tried to convince me it was this different mode over and over again. Now one guy's a cop. I'm like, yeah, but it's the same mode. And like, no one's gonna play this mode. It's like the other mode, but it's worse. It looks good on paper. THQ.
Wait, whoa. They skipped two
Hank?
Square things. Third Birthday, the Parasite Eve game for
here we
PSP.
Yes.
And hopefully Final Fantasy Versus 13 will appear there in some sort of form.
They won't. They'll get ready for the back to just Final Fantasy Dead Zone for several years.
If it's still an exclusive, then Sony would be stupid not to show it at their PS3 conference.
Yeah.
Can we stop talking about this? If I promise there's wrestling coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got to talk a little bit, otherwise it's just you reading the
Blob.
list.
I'm trying to get. It's fucking long.
I know it's long, but
the
then otherwise,
Blob
what's the point?
Homefront. The Blob Homefront.
Wait, is that the Blob Homefront?
It's every joke you wanted to make ever. Just go.
Homefront.
Just go. I'm trying to read it. John Milius. Red Faction Armageddon Saints Row 3. That's probably one game too. The Last Airbender, the movie. UFC Undisputed. Warhammer 40K.
That's not going to be there.
What?
UFC.
It came out weeks ago.
It came out 2 weeks ago.
With booths this big from publishers this big, they're always going to showcase their old
guess,
shit.
but why even put
you
that
know what
on
they're
the
going to do?
list?
They're going to truck out, especially in this case, a celebrity or somebody
Yeah.
involved
But
in the game.
again, why
Take
on
pictures.
the whatever.
I'm excited for Red Faction. I want to play it.
Warhammer 40K, online Warhammer 40K, Space Marine for the consoles, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw.
SmackDown 2011,
2011,
yo.
but
Yeah.
WWE SmackDown vs. Raw online PC.
What is that? Is that a separate game? I ain't
looks
heard
like
of
a separate
that.
game.
There's also that just got announced by GameSpot, who got it exclusive. Was the fucking I think it was, I can't remember if it was WWE All Stars or WWE SmackDown All Stars, but it seems like it's got super buffed out dudes, and it's a it seems like it's sort of a sequel to Legends of WrestleMania.
Awesome.
Look,
Tecmo Co. I have to pee. Trinity, I'm not reading anything.
Trinity
Fuck
Universe?
Tecmo. Fuck Tecmo. Quantum Theory, eat my ass. Uber Entertainment Incorporated Monday Night Combat.
What?
You skipped Tecmo, but you read that.
Yeah,
somebody has said, the words were amazing. We're strung together. Ubisoft, a new driver.
I can't wait.
San Francisco.
The teaser has me interested.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I'd really like to see more of that.
Yeah.
Sean White skateboarding.
Fuck yeah, I love people doing different things.
And a boy else.
Yeah, it was like Michael Jordan baseball.
Yeah.
The game.
That's another reference
Tom Clancy's
for the
Ghost
young
Recon
people.
Future Soldier. Tom Clancy's Hawks 2. I Am Alive, which I don't believe will
No
actually be
fucking
there.
way. That game is dead.
I am.
If this shows you how dated the list may or may not be, Valve, Portal 2, Valve, Half-Life 2, Episode 3. Neither will ever make a
Sounded like
showing.
movie phone for a second.
Episode 3, Dial 9.
Is there anything else that they missed on that list?
Vonner Brothers, Batman Brave and the Bold, which I don't know why people are talking about.
Well,
this.
actually,
it's a side-scrolling.
I found it. It's made by Way Forward, who did the Boy and His Blob game, which makes it
at least pretty
almost worth.
Which means it'll be pretty to
If
look
you can
at.
toss jelly beans at Robin and turn them into different things, I would play that.
It's a baby game.
What, like
I don't
another
like the
Batman?
cartoon.
Yeah.
That should have been a better joke.
Yeah. Well.
Arkham Asylum 2, Cats and Dogs, The Revenge of Kitty Galore. I hate myself. Fear 3, Lego Harry Potter, Years 1 through Quattro, Super Scribble Nuts, the Lord of the Rings, Aragorn's Quest, Lord of the Rings, War in the North, and we are done with the E3 list. We will be covering every single one of those games in depth, way more than you ever wanted to read, up to date, before those guys covering it in satellites, with satellites and several hundred other people in unedited paragraphs with no screens. How the fuck are we run out of energy?
Breaking news.
Oh, geez.
Breaking news.
Just read on Twitter.
Just in the wire.
Just on the wire. Beep, 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 beep. Hey, hey, hey. Sony confirms those PS4 viral videos are fake.
Whoa!
Who knew? Oh, that's right. Me. Community segment coming at your face.
Hi, this is Bill Corbett of Mystery Science Theater 3000 and RiffTracks.com, and you're listening to TalkRadar. Did I say that right? TalkRadar, not the TalkRadar.
Where's that little sweetheart? Come here! Let him back! He wants to give you a kiss!
Wouldn't it be cool to be Buzz Lightyear? Now you can be Buzz in the new Toy Story 2 video game. Use lasers and whirling torso spins to save the day. Jump, swing, and somersault through the air with special rocket jet and moon spring boots.
There you are!
In the new Toy Story 2 video game, you are Buzz Lightyear. Life is good.
And now, the conclusion of the scary, scary forest.
Oh shit. The battery just ran out of juice again as I was shining a light on the 37th guy wearing an orange vest. Soon I find a man I met earlier injured by some unknown assailant. As I hear the park ranger scream in pain, slowly dying from his injuries, I do my best to tune it out during my thermos hunt. It must be somewhere. Why would someone so thoroughly hide it? It sounds like something interesting is happening behind me, but I ignore it and let it pass as I finally find the thermos that was behind the wall. Perhaps if I find every thermos, the answer will come. I know where I need to go next, but am frozen with the fear that I missed a thermos. God, what kind of monster would leave so many of these containers lying around for me to grab and keep in my coat? A coat that's capable of holding guns, batteries, flares, a cell phone, bullets, and approximately 42 thermoses at once. Oh my God, my wife. I have to find her. What if she has a thermos with her? I must know, I must! As I hurry through the scary, scary forest, a horror writer trapped in his own nightmare, a nightmare he can't wake from. I just pray to God in heaven that I didn't leave this area and miss another thermos.
Segment 3. You don't need Rock Band DLC. You have a whole Green Day soundtrack.
Woo!
What song is bringing us in, Nelson?
Enema Sleepus from Dookie.
Oh my, you went very deep with that.
Oh man, it's another great song from Dookie that's really fun to play and great time. Good time was had by all. I'm just really excited. A lot of those songs like Coming Clean and Chump and Enema Sleepus, they're like
they're so well written. I thought I'd be embarrassed by them, and I'm not.
No, I'm not embarrassed by them at all. Like I still find them fun to listen to. They're fun as hell to play, and also they do remind me also of being 14, and they are age appropriate for growing up, and they're kind of in that way they're kind of eternal songs because they're always like a frustrated like I'm old enough to know responsibility and I hate it, and I wish I could just go back to not having to care about shit, but now I know how bad it is to not care about shit. It's a very important period.
I won't put this back in like my rotation of music, but it's an absurdly odd connection. I don't know how the music now feels more important than it did back then. Like I didn't realize what they were saying.
Yeah,
to a certain extent. I had never listened to this much Dookie this week until this week.
I love those first 3 albums to death.
Boom! We have a Split Reason contest.
Not Split Second.
Not Split Second.
Yeah, Split Reason. I love that site.
I enjoy the site as well.
Promise.
No, hey, Henry really does. He has several Split Reason shirts.
I've bought several shirts from them before they ever contacted
the shirt we wanted to give away, and they're like, hold off, that's out of stock, is what the Plumber's Closet?
Plumber's Closet, yeah, or Plumber's Wardrobe, that's the name of it.
Plumber's Wardrobe, like Mario walking into a walk-in closet of all his outfits.
All the outfits, I love that. I own that shirt, and I think that might be their most popular shirt.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there.
And this is one of my favorite shirts. I do like the Obama Chomp Chomp.
Yeah, I like that too.
But I really love Bullet William.
Bullet William's adorable.
Bullet William. William.
It sort of breaks my no text on a shirt thing rule, but I forgive it. It gets a pass.
As long as the text isn't like
a dumb joke.
Well, it's not a joke at all. It's just Bullet William, and like even a game nerd would have to be like, oh, okay, okay. Bullet William, it is what? Bullet Bill with a little derby and a monocle.
Yeah, he's very fancy.
I'm opening this up to people without artistic skill. In the Games Radar forums, gamesradar.com/forums, there'll be a link from the Talk Radar 105 page. Let's dapper up a Nintendo character.
Yeah.
I want to see a Lord Mario
Lady Samus.
Lady Samus. Good one. A giant fucking orange gown.
I think it'd be hard to dapper
Lord
up like
and or
Princess
Lady
Peach,
Birdo.
though.
But luckily, there's more Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
In it. I want to see the town fool Waluigi
in one of those
doing cartwheels and puddles of puke. I just really want to see him like that.
The
impressions aside,
what is it? The town like joke that you put in the seesaw thing, the horse thing, and you throw eggs at them.
Why? Yeah.
I don't know.
Stockade.
Is that what
Stockade.
it is?
Yes, it is a Stockade.
Oh, and the back of that shirt is Robert Alm.
Oh, really?
Robert Alm, is it really?
A Bob Alm, only it's
I did
Robert.
not look that closely.
I love it, and I don't know if I'm alone in that, but I do like that color.
No, it's a nice kind of sepia tone color for the 1920s kind of feeling.
I like darker shirts. I don't like really bright neon yellows and oranges, but like a bright orange or a bright brown.
Yeah,
is pretty cool.
Bright brown.
Bright brown.
How does this work? Bright brown.
I've seen bright brown shirts before. I bought one in a woman's size on accident from a Mr. Joe site, Taint Magazine. It's fucking awesome.
Taint your wagon.
And
why do girls get all the good shirts?
Because I don't read very well when I order things drunk off the internet.
Like a PlayStation 3.
I knew what I was getting there. Just didn't know it meant a lifetime of debt.
600.
I paid that off immediately.
I was gonna say,
and then it's like middling shit on my Best Buy card. Like, you bought Gears of War 2 several months ago. Like, I put $15 towards it.
What do you want? I already beat that game, guys.
And I'm pretty sure I can't confirm. I don't think my Reward Zone card works at Best Buy if you use their Best Buy card.
Oh God!
If you think about it, you could milk them out of $15, which would make somebody look stupid.
That sounds like a deal on a game.
Oh, it does. Hank, Jesus, look at you.
Take my advice, do as I say.
SplitReason.com. Bullet William.
That'll be in the forums?
Bunch of Amazon. It will be in the forums also.
GameStop.com/forums.
Yes. Link on the TalkRadar 105 page. Amazon is offering everything cheaper right now, and kind of anything GameStop does, it will counter.
So there,
and I see like just Red Dead's 55. Everything's 55. Alan Wake's 49 still.
Assassin's Creed 2 is pretty consistently like $25.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2 is in budget territory.
No reason not to get it.
And I feel like that shouldn't happen. But it's 6 months. That's allowed.
Well, Ubisoft as well.
That's a respectable amount of time. There's no shame in that.
Nope.
Not every game can be overpriced like Halo for 2 years.
Or Mario or Smash Brothers.
Even those games are like.
I remember Smash Brothers Melee. Like, it took it forever for it to be $30.
Dude, it was like the Wii was coming out and it was still almost full price.
Yeah.
Fucking Heavenly Sword, which I finally got for $15 at Walmart.
Forever.
That just dropped like a month or two ago.
Yeah. Which I love that.
It was like $60 until that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I got it on like some weird Amazon deal for like $30. And like, oh my God, a 4-year-old game for $30. Yeah. Amazon Wet. Oh my God, Amazon Wet on PS3.
Is that a degree of membership?
Everybody. Yes. It's just below Prime and right above Filth. Wet.
Amazon Filth.
Amazon Filth.
I'm an Amazon Filth member today.
It's $17.79, which is exactly how much I wanted to pay to check out all of Wet. $17.79, and I did see that I think they have Lost Planet 2 for $44.
Big hit
on 360.
Big hit.
It should be indicative of a larger price drop. Target, the 16th through the 19th of June, for $37. All of these games: Battlefield Bad Company 2, Split Second, Splinter Cell Conviction, 2K Sports, MLB. Let's say Bat versus Ball. I don't know. It's a baseball game. Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands, and Iron Mandos, $37 for 3 days only. Right when we're at E3.
Okay.
And there's a rumor.
Sands is, I'd say, worth $37.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About that, yeah.
I guess. I mean, I usually wait to play mediocre
I beat it
games.
in a day. I did beat it in a day.
Really? One day?
I played it all day Memorial Day, but yes, one day. And I also had Michael's Sarcophagus Guide, but which is very good. It was so helpful.
Nice cohesion, Hank. rumor is Blur and Split Second. This should eliminate the pain of having to decide between the racing games of summer. $39.99 at Kmart next week. And until June 12th, if you buy Green Day Rock Band on the 360 in the store, you'll get a free 1,600-point Microsoft gift card. $20 value. Not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Hyper rumor. Rumor. Do we have a rumor sound effect?
Rumor.
Rumario.
Terrible rumor sound effect. Tony Hawk Ride on PS3 and 360 has been spotted at Walmart's around America for $35. I'm shocked. Wow. I don't believe it.
I wanted it to be $1. Like, I was really hoping they could laugh at that.
That sounds about cost $35 for that thing. I don't know if they could get it any lower than that.
Typically, softwares.
But this is packed in stuff.
It was a pack-in thing. I mean, you would still.
That thing's full of technology, Brett.
Full of shitty old technology.
Yeah, filled with electronic parts.
If it was what, $120, it probably cost them $90.
Hey, not every skateboard game whiz bangs like Tony Hawk,
that probably cost the retailer $90. This is me guessing, which means it probably cost Activision probably close to $60 to make it. I guess. I don't know how much the markup is.
Do you know what GameStop is calling used copies of Tony Hawk Ride?
Suckers.
Tony Hawk Ridden.
Tony Hawk R-Ape.
Yeah, I got the
Tony Hawk R-Ape. The R-Ape off in the forums.
The R-Ape off. It's amazing. We can't stop it, but we also can't speak much to it, nor can we post on the front page as much as we may like to.
Yes, the forums were alive with R-Ape-ing.
R-Ape. Figuratively?
Figuratively.
Text and JPEG based. No, nobody was hurt. Tony Hawk Ride. Yes. Dude, what was for some article you had a picture of all the Activision
it was
bundles.
DJ Hero
Tour, and I counted the boxes. I counted the boxes. It was a little over 4 dozen games. In
Toys R Us.
A room. 4 dozen games for me fits on a shelf.
Yeah.
4 dozen Activision bundles of plastic took up so much space.
Yeah, the picture is from one of our readers in the forums. He posted that shot, and it's like last fall. It was just Band Hero, DJ Hero, Guitar Hero 5, Rock Band, Beatles, Guitar Hero World Tour still sitting around. And I took one when I was home. Actually, when I bought Heavenly Sword, there was still Guitar Hero 3 sitting on the shelf, and a Guitar Hero Aerosmith still sitting on the shelf. And then they just announced DJ Hero 2, and it'll come in a bundle with 2 turntables and a microphone.
Wow.
For real. And they didn't have Beck in there.
What?
And up next this year is Guitar Hero Colors.
What is it? Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock?
It's Warriors of Rock.
Jesus Christ.
Story mode where you battle. They had to call him the Beast because you already battled the devil
in
16 games ago.
Yeah.
They had to find a one-up for the devil. Our end of game deals.
Take my advice.
What do you?
Do as I say.
What do you?
Save a little money for a rainy day.
Boy.
Community segment. Last week our question of the week was, what was a game with so much hype that it made you mad?
Yes.
Henry, were you here for this?
I heard it on the thing. Too Human did make me very mad.
But sort of, what would you call that? Put you against the game. Just shut up already.
I almost felt that way about Halo 3 because it was like every magazine cover everywhere was that. Like every story was
and a lot of people mentioned that. Like from the experience of I played Halo 1, Halo 2, I didn't really understand why my life was supposed to change by Halo 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and another very recent one was Dante's Inferno. Like fucking they advertised the shit out of that thing.
Yeah, the viral shit that they tried to do for that was just
every time
irritating. There's 7 scenes.
Yeah, here's an act of lust. Here, like, accost this woman. We didn't really meet that.
I was going to take a picture with her because she's lustful.
Personally, I wasn't factoring in like marketing because that's probably more I mean,
that's the hype.
I was taking the brunt of the blame. Like we're like Too Human.
Paying attention to non-marketing hype around the time that the GTA 4 reviews on GameStop.com started filling up with, "This is the best game ever. I have it from Japan." A year before it came out.
Oh, you remember that fun article we got to do where someone in the forums, someone from the GameStop UK forums was trying to fool us with we have GTA 4, and then we beat them with a galactic exclusive.
Galactic exclusive.
Oh, a whole article about that. Someday, kids. I really hope that article in particular stays there forever. Because it's my face pointing at, like, Abu Ghraib, Auschwitz.
Tons of stuff.
I somehow got away with posting that on our site.
Yeah.
Community segment.
What did other people say?
What did other people say? A lot of people said... A couple of people try to start off with some Mario Galaxy, and I understand that.
The hype, really?
Well, if they're readers of our site... I know our site was kind of saturated. We were fascinated by it, and there were fucking ads everywhere. So, our readers, I got that from. But the number one, like, way ahead of everything else, was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I guess that... I totally understand that one.
Because I come from that area where, like, I played every Call of Duty, but I don't care. I'm not a fan. I don't care, so I get that. Shy Fonzie... uncharacteristically using all caps. Modern Warfare 2, one day I was on the internet and got so tired of hearing about how this gun game was going to be the best gun game since Gun Game. I got so damn tired of seeing these articles all over the game sites, I shut my computer down. I stalked into the kitchen, and there on the mainstream newspaper front page was an article for Modern Warfare 2. I threw that shit this is caps. I threw that shit in the recycling bin.
Wow, I threw that shit in the recycling bin does not have the anger. Like, shoot that shit in the trash.
You still did something responsible.
I burned it right there.
And Julie Peasgood, who I did not know. Peaswell.
That's correct.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and give a Rapara sound effect because she's usually good with my spoken grammar. Nothing. I want you to laugh.
Well, the people's last names used to be what they were. Stalker, Hunter.
Julie Peasgood.
Smith. Peasgood.
Yep.
I see.
She pees real good.
She pees real
That's
good.
what we're going to call your family.
She's got a really pretty pea mouth.
So apparently in the Highlands of fucking 14th century England, they talked like fucking rednecks.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what Brett, what do you think of this one? Because, like, you're somebody who hates hype on any... Like, if 3 people tell you to watch a TV show, you'll never watch it.
Oh, yeah, you're totally anti.
It's more like 6 people.
Okay.
Or 3 people every day.
I know. Your friends are a total burden.
Why can't you all just...
I hate your stance on these. This
Why
thing
can't
in
you leave
particular.
Hulk alone?
And it only comes down to the fact that your time is limited.
It is.
And you don't have time to check out everything people recommend to you.
That's true.
But you're an easy person most people know your tastes. And say, Brett, you would like this, and like quit telling. After 3 people do it, quit telling me I'd like this. I'm not going to like it because
it is true. Like at a certain point, like I don't have time, and when I get to it, I will. But then when weeks and weeks go by, it's like you gotta watch. It's like I fucking can't.
But it comes out of a place of love.
I know, but I've told you for a year to watch Next Generation, and you haven't.
I have too. I watch it, but I watch it very slowly.
Yeah, you've had the first season for months and months and months.
I tell you,
but I don't tell you every day.
For the next 3 weeks, you take home the podcast.
Here we go.
And you spend 12 hours.
I'll
watch all of it.
I didn't mean to start something.
Oh no!
Here.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Shit! Is that a fucking cliche now that I spend way too much time editing? This
No,
shit?
I just say this is getting a little more heated.
Everybody go fuck themselves. Julie Peasgood said, as soon as I read the question, one game popped in my head almost immediately. Fable.
Really?
Oh,
absolutely, 100% agree. The original Fable.
Yeah, the first
Fable. I just ignored it so thoroughly.
I loved the idea, but
I
Fable,
bought into the hype.
Fable, and I attribute that also to Red Faction, like
you'll shoot through anything.
The king of false promises. Yeah. So many promises.
They made up for that with Guerrilla, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep. That's a great game.
Sort of, but if that took 3 games.
Yeah, they did.
It's going to be a living, breathing world.
Fuck you.
You can carve your name on a tree when it's little, and later in the game you can come back and see it. If you get injured during battle, you'll be able to see the exact scars from where you were hit.
No, you won't.
They kind of brought this one to fruition, whatever. It was the last game I remember checking on the internet almost hourly for new information. That does take me back. because it was a new and foreign concept.
Anybody
And
say Spore?
they did, actually. Tyler Wilde said Spore.
Oh, okay.
But somebody else did here, too. Turbo had an interesting comment. Okami and Psychonauts. And I can't tell if he was kidding at the end of this paragraph. Every 2 or 3 months, there's an article from a game site that managed to get a lot of digs about the most underrated games of all time. Articles or lists, quotations, bribed game journalists all over the internet continually bring up how great they were and how everyone should play them. It's great that they're not financially successes because it shows that while publishments can buy out the journalists, they can't buy out the consumer. I can't tell if he's kidding here.
Yeah. Well, so wait, did they say publishments? Or
he did, but
really,
nobody knows this podcast better than Turbo.
Yeah, that sounds
And I love this Goldie 10100 Mercenaries 2. God, I was disappointed. Yeah,
I forgot that came out.
Yeah. And Tails brought up a good point. Overhyped, making the NES chic and hip for frat boys is completely disgusting. Even though I had one as a kid, it wasn't until at least the 16-bit era that I could really get into games. The nostalgia I'm supposed to have for it doesn't exist, and it kills me to see a hipster's entertainment center with a crusty NES as its centerpiece.
Well, but that's sort of irritating that it's like, because it doesn't exist for me, it doesn't exist for anyone.
No, but like they're like for looking at, I know these hipster people.
Yeah.
And for them games aren't cool.
Oh, right.
And this is a cool ooh, remember this? Oh, Battletoads. I can talk about that. Like that was fun, but I can't still participate.
It's like having an old box of Quisp or something. It's more a conversation piece than something you
exactly.
use.
And I can
like you do really play Super Mario Brothers on a daily basis, really?
Yeah. And I'm guessing for people his age, I mean, he's saying he didn't get into 16-bit era. Obviously, his parents were good parents and got him an 8-bit system, but you know that shit is foreign to him. New users. Oh, Numbo said Dark Void. I'm gonna give you a correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. Nightkind is also new. Said every Final Fantasy game.
Aww.
Not everyone.
They have all been bad games.
They're not all bad games, but they're
Especially
all
6 and 4.
It's one of the most reported, most delayed games.
Yeah.
Series.
Yeah.
Truck Thunder's new user.
Truck Thunder.
Bumper Car 64. I love this name. World Changer.
Wow.
Fine, just put up or shut up. Nightcrawler 358. Was he the one with the avatar of the monkey pissing in its mouth?
Yeah.
Like that really made my day.
Man.
Happiest looking monkey pissing in his own mouth. New user, hey Michael, I played Republic Commando.
Oh wow.
And
nice.
Yeah,
but did you like it?
I don't know. Hey Michael, I played Republic Commando.
Did you like it?
There you go.
And last but not least, Jizzosaurus coming in your ear pussy. And,
we've said his name before.
Yeah, that's familiar.
Oh, I remember saying his name before.
I don't
It's been
believe so.
done.
I don't believe so.
That's an old
I think we
joke.
should adopt it as our moniker. TalkRadar 105. You're listening to Jizzosaurus in the ear pussy.
The hit single.
Wait, okay. Hands up. Who wants to be the ear pussy?
I don't.
No one? All right, I'll be the ear pussy.
Butt pussy.
Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, the ear pussy is done with the community segment. This weekend, this week we're going to ask. You'll never guess.
I didn't get to answer the question.
Which one? What's your
last
overhyped
week's?
game? I could have sworn we asked you several times.
You
Including
did.
Henry asked me.
You asked me so much I didn't want to answer it anymore.
I see.
Oh.
Or did you just think of it?
See what I did there? I really tried to think of something, but the only thing that's just dominating my mind so much now is just the iPhone.
The iPhone.
Just I'm like sick of 24 hours a day almost. Like
during when they announced iPhone 4, like,
anytime they announce anything, there's it like I do like to use Twitter. I do like to be online. I like to, but it's like every day from driving from my house to here, I got to look at no fewer than 8 billboards about the fucking iPod or iPad or iPhone. And then when I get online, it's ads or people talking about it, and everyone frothing at the mouth for a fucking phone that barely works. Yeah. And then also on top of that, the same people who go, iPhone, iPhone, iPhone! The moment you say, will you shut up about the iPhone, they immediately turn on that and then are like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, it's exciting. I just want, what why you got to be so angry about wanting a new phone? It's like, because you're acting like a child about the new phone. That's the problem.
First of all, I never said that.
It's just like, it's so funny. Like when if you say on Twitter, and that's also a stereotype, is to go on and say you don't care about the popular thing, boo-hoo. But then when they reply back like, I'm not freaking out, it's just a really cool phone, man.
You're not taking the position that I don't like, but I have an iPhone. I'm not biased, but it was an absolutely one of the most revolutionary devices I've ever seen. It's changed the way I do everything.
Sure, great.
Okay.
But I mean, it was just it was a gateway to other smartphones. There's other phones that do that now. It's not terribly impressive.
It's one of those things where it's like I get it because I love Apple products. You know, my iPod Touch saved my fucking wedding because the DJ didn't show up, but that's another story.
A long cassette tape would have done that.
It wouldn't have done it as well. It would have had to been turned over several times.
But then somebody had to run out to the general store and get a cassette player.
Really long.
Yeah. Oh God, who the hell has those anymore? Anyway, but it's like I've never understood, like, every time a new Apple product is about to come out, it's just like the outpouring of excitement. It's like, oh, I have to go stand in line to buy this. It's like, you know, they're going to come out with a better one in like the next 6 months. It's going to be $100 cheaper.
So much
what
more,
are you fucking doing?
It's so much more of a status thing. Like, I have to be among the first to own the cool new thing. It's not going to work half as good as the thing in 6 months. Doesn't matter. I've got the money to do it.
Coming from the person at the coffee shop. Coming from the person with no money and wearing the shirt he bought on his spring break in junior year of high school.
Must have been a big 14-year-old.
I have never changed. I've never changed. I've always been
yes, Mrs. Antista, your son is 180 pounds.
I am Captain Lazarus. I will always look like this. It was not, obviously the iPhone was not about a status symbol for me. It was about having a good MP3 player, and what it was is about the phone, hello, bring, 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 has become secondary. Everything on here deletes the need to use a phone ever.
Yeah.
Ever. And AT&T knows this, and they've changed their prices. It's completely changed. Like we all wanted smaller PCs. We all wondered when that Star Trek generation would come along.
Yeah.
And this was the forebearer to that.
It is.
It does deserve. I think it does deserve that credit. AT&T has ruined that.
Yes.
It's not the phone's fault. I go home. I'm on DSL. Like, I'm fucking screaming, doing everything on this dumbass fucking phone.
Yeah.
But the hype's getting a little ridiculous.
It's just like I don't discount that it's a good product.
Mhm.
The phone, fuck it, whatever. But the stuff it does is really cool and is worth getting excited. But it's like 6-year-olds when Mario 3 is announced. Like, it's like just fucking maniacs. And I'm like, you realize it's going to be so much money, and it's going to do marginally more than your other one.
I kind of imagine this is how people who don't game feel when we get excited about new consoles.
Never been this excited about a game in my life.
I think
before age 10 and
I'm
under.
standing on the sidelines. I think that's absolutely wrong. There was nothing like this beforehand. There was no way. Like even apps. Apps are a bad example of basically websites being. You have to download particular websites.
Right.
But think about that. Like downloading websites you already know and that you like. It really streamlines the process of how you use the internet.
Yeah. You cut out a lot of fat.
You cut out a lot of fat. And there's like almost, if you hate advertisements, there's like no fucking ads.
Yeah, which that'll change.
And yeah, obviously that'll change. But then like the thing people had, like, it's not an open platform. Like I don't want my phone, my contacts list to be an open platform and susceptible to everything. What I wanted it to do was to access the occasional web page and my email.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely perfect for that.
It's a fine piece of technology, but it's just like
no way.
The hype. It's the hype. That
I yelled at AT&T for an hour and got yelled at. It lost followers and yelled at people because AT&T has ruined that.
Yeah, I can't believe that Apple is not like taking AT&T to court to get out of whatever contract they're in.
They will
as not fulfilling their end of the fucking contract for having a service.
4chan went to Apple's website and was able to get the personal information of every person with an iPad, 114,000 people, by putting in a script in the website.
Wow.
I do believe Apple has a legitimate lawsuit.
Oh, please.
Has a legitimate
Because if it comes up
for
for Verizon, I will get one and I'll shut up.
Yeah.
It's also part of because I can't get one.
No, they're great, and I don't even mean.
But even if I got one, I'm just not the kind of person that freaks the fuck out like an infant every time they announce a new anything.
Yeah, I don't really know how people saw how this was going to change things beforehand. It was just like Apple. I hate brand people. I hate brand people.
I only use Apple.
I only use like my friend.
Have a fine
I had a
fucking
friend back
boring
home,
life.
like, I will never buy a Microsoft console. I'm like, you're a moron. You're an absolute moron. Like, if you're ever a gamer, you own every console. That's what you should always try to do.
Depriving yourself of an experience.
Exactly.
That's all you're doing.
Exactly.
But he's so much better. Because he picked one thing and stuck with it forever and never changed for his entire life.
That's retarded.
What a great existence to never waver. Apple.
I'm using a Mac for
Microsoft,
functionality to record the podcast. I will not edit it on this thing. I will edit it on a PC where I have all the programs to actually do that and do it properly.
Maybe we should move on to this week's question of the week.
Holy shit, you're right, Hank. What E3 game are you looking forward to?
Or even
Question 105.
You know, I would say news, anything. Like, what are you looking forward to in general?
There's certain things you think at least. I think I've never felt so out of the loop going into E3, but I've been out of town.
Yeah, I was just out of town as well.
Like,
I feel like there's not a lot of surprises going into it. I feel like we
so
know
many leaks
so much
stuff.
But
there will be surprises.
There will be. Nintendo is always the best at surprises, which is also what makes them sometimes not the best company to work with because they keep.
Well, last year they revealed New Super Mario Brothers and then launched it that fall.
Yeah, and then that was their start reveal, and then they finished that with revealing fucking Galaxy 2 and Other M. So that was pretty awesome.
It was a great press conference, and now Galaxy 2's out. I didn't like New Mario Wii, and I'm not too keen on the Other M now that I've played it.
We went there and like hoping that the year Wii Music was their masthead, and
that was the worst.
It was the worst. We went there hoping it would be Punch-Out, and then they waited for like a month later to go to TGS, and now it's Punch-Out to the world.
There's some Punch-Out. Anyway,
here's what it is.
This is one of the best games we published in the year.
And I was, what? Because I'm not Time Life Magazine? I don't get to hear about I don't get to hear about Punch-Out because I'm not Parade Magazine. You won't tell me about Punch-Out?
Yeah. But I'll answer the question first, though. Not counting the Nintendo press conference, there was one thing we didn't touch on, and that was that Itagaki is going to be showing his new game, Itagaki of Dead or Alive, which I don't care as much about, and Ninja Gaiden, which I really liked the first one, and I thought maybe if he wasn't like days away from quitting when he made Ninja Gaiden 2, that game could have been really good. I'm looking forward to whatever his next thing will be. I just hope it isn't just a tits machine, and it actually is a fun game as well.
That's a great band.
You have to understand, he has to make the tits bigger because he always sees everything through sunglasses.
Yeah,
everything's diminished.
He needs to see a dermatologist. That guy.
Oh Jesus! You did not go there.
Why you got to tank the low blows?
You did not go there.
Sorry.
You said the same thing to me earlier.
But anyway,
it's acne scarring. You can't. It's a scar. You can't do anything about it.
I look forward to seeing what he has to show off. So, not counting whatever awesome super duper thing Nintendo's going to show.
Does it not have to be one? Because I'm excited about several things.
You made up the question, buddy.
Hey, say whatever you want. I mean, basically, this will also be a look to see what you want to see covered. Will be there.
Right.
Most of this will be anything you say that's there will be within our grasp. I'm excited. God, I want to play Crackdown 2, and I want to love it. I'm so scared. Different developer. Infamous 2, I want to see. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, because what we're talking about in the last week's question of the week, where you kept yourself in the dark. I've kept myself in the dark. I don't know anything about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
P-Tom had a pretty good and in-depth cover story.
I have a huge review in that magazine that I haven't looked at because I seriously don't want to go across the Assassin's Creed preview. I don't want to see anything. I don't know what it looks like. Someone like Corey from OXM was like, "How did the Blu-ray screen looks in the magazine?" I'm like, I have no idea. I haven't seen it. I will not look in that magazine. That sucks. That, and I should just spread Tyler Wilde's boner for Rage. I'd kill to see Insomniac and Bungie announce something.
Together.
I've never had hands on an Epic Mickey, and big surprise, Gears 3.
Oh yeah,
I want to play Gears 3. Gears 3 just shit in my like shit confetti in my face. The year, like, because they announced it in the summer.
Oh, Gears 2,
Gears
yeah.
2 announced
Gears
in the
2,
summer, yeah.
and then this is all you get: horde mode. Here's some drinks in a couple hours.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And it was ridiculous. And, like, no one wanted to vacate a machine, like, at all.
It was really good.
Horde mode. I've never gotten over horde mode. Love horde mode.
Think it'll be playable? The game's like about 10 months away, I think. So
I'm the only ones. Well, the same thing. I'm looking forward to see whatever Nintendo's going to do because the 3DS should be something interesting, and I want to know what the new Zelda is going to be all about because it's the first designed specifically for Wii, which means because Mario Galaxy was designed specifically for Wii, we could get a Zelda game that's just as gorgeous as Mario Galaxy. So I'm interested in because Twilight Princess was GameCube.
The first Wii game I ever played.
The Twilight Princess still looks good.
It still looked great.
It was the first Wii game I ever played on like launch week. Like, I don't know how launch game.
But I mean, other than that, I'm still obviously looking. But much like you're keeping yourself in the dark about Brotherhood, like Last Guardian, I want to play it.
Oh God, I forgot Last Guardian.
I don't want to cover it. I don't want to see preview events. I just want it to be out. I want everyone to leave me alone for 4 days, and I want to play it. In complete solitary.
I know we bitched about that, but like
solitude. There it is.
As a games journalologist, wanting to be left in the dark and like not have. Yeah. Oh shit! Do I have to preview that? Do I have to review that? And not enjoy it?
I'd love to see something. I'd love to. I don't think I'm going to a Konami appointment, but I would love to play Lords of Shadow, Castlevania, and have it confirm what I feel is going to be a really cool game. Everything that I've seen, I love it, and I really want all this to bear out.
I have a bad feeling Last Guardian's not going to come out this year. I'm worried.
Probably. Keeping my fingers crossed for like a Christmas release.
It would be great if they did that.
More likely is that Ico Shadow Colossus HD.
Oh yeah,
that's true. I would settle for that.
That would be pretty awesome.
If that came out this year, I'd play through both of those again.
Oh my God.
Oh man, with trophies, holy shit!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a definite.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing. I'm going to echo a bunch of what other people have already said. Infamous, Arkham Asylum 2. I'm excited about. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, obviously, and I'm kind of perversely looking forward to the Sony press conference because even though it's every fucking year, it's filled with caterwauling fans who I don't know why they're there. They always shriek at everything. And a bunch of marketing bullshit like, this year we're closer than ever to reasserting our lead over other systems and closing the gap between us and number one. It's like they always make it sound like they're winning and like we're trailing. Sorry.
How many charts and graphs?
I mean, obviously they're not going to say that, but it's
last year was charts.
Oh, that little big planet graphic. That was awesome.
That is one thing.
That was awesome.
That is one conference that was not Uncharted.
That was. May I?
But I'm really looking forward to seeing what they'll actually unveil. And I mean, the press conference is always a good time. So
because they're going to unveil something, you don't have any idea.
I'm really curious to know what they're going to do, if they're going to do anything new with PSP, or if that announcement is like another year off.
It'll be completely out of left field.
I'm just kind of waiting for one more thing.
I did.
Yeah, I love that at a press conference.
Sly Cooper, I would love for them to finally say.
I would love a Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
I think they're too busy with Infamous.
Yeah, they could do what they did with Jack and Daxter and just make it a side PS2 game.
Yeah, but that didn't work so well.
Yeah, I know.
That was just okay. I mean, it's Naughty Dog's usual habit of like, we invented a character, now we're going to do 3 games and a racing game and slough it off to some other developer.
I find it bizarre. Like you live stream the press conference, and very few people watch a live stream of the press conference. Most people want to read a recap. Brett Elston posted a YouTube video of this announcement, and remember you were like, nobody watched this
of the PSP Go.
Yeah. Of the PSP Go, and it's kind of like, well, that's our job to sit there and take it.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. But meanwhile, like everybody else is kind of wanting to be in this press conference.
Yeah.
It's both exciting because you're there the second it happens, but then it's also like it's 75%. Shut up, like
get to the point.
But I mean, the thing is, it's a multi-purpose conference. It's not just for us to go announcing games. They're there for other reasons, and they need to cover those bases.
They're also there for retailers, so they can say announcing games.
Microsoft did not did not allow me to attend their press conference this year.
No, this is the first year in 4 years I'm not invited, and I have no idea why.
I was
all
invited.
I did was
I
yell.
sent my RSVP. They did not send one back to me.
I don't think I even got one.
And yeah, they did not send anything back to me, and that's because last year, trotted out on stage, Paul McCartney, Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Wow, did I put Ringo Starr after Yoko Ono?
Well, no, it was they brought out the Widows, then they brought out Ringo and Paul.
Yeah.
And Tony Hawk, and like that was the most exciting press conference.
Spielberg.
It usually is.
Steven Spielberg to basically paid to say Natal will be like when movies got sound.
Promise.
Yes, you are. Oh my God, you are an old man.
God,
you're an old man.
Pretty soon you'll be able to flail your arms around pretending to paddle down a stream.
Oh my
Just
God.
like
it's a revolution in storytelling.
God damn it.
Oh my God.
That's the thing I'll be happy is that this time next week I'll be able to convincingly say, oh yeah, those Natal and Move are piles of shit.
We will be able to.
I thought we saw enough of Move to say that.
Categorically say that these things are not worth your time. And like Henry's like, why are they still going forward with that? It's because
it's too far along.
It's too far along.
They can't pull the plug now.
That shit has to come out.
Which means now all the
and in terms of the
all you guys covering Sony and Microsoft, now you get to put up with the shit that I got to deal with all of 2006 and 7 going to here's your motion game loser.
The really dumb, ill-informed consumer won't know the difference between a 360 Natal and a Wii.
Well, it's just sad that they couldn't rip off the Wii in 2 years. It took them 4 years.
Yeah, that's true. I think that shit is what they need to get the Al Rokers of the world to say, like, ooh, how do I exercise my Pac-Man? Beep boop.
Yeah, I could do a Michael bot with that.
Wow.
Nice.
Who just came in? Michael Winslow? Was that guy's name?
No.
Police Academy guy?
Yeah.
It's sad R2-D2. I don't like you either.
Pretty good.
Shit, I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, that's all right.
Answer at GameStop.com/forums.
GameStop.com.
TalkRadar podcast. There'll be a link on the TalkRadar.
No. That these
page.
Natal PlayStation Move things are. I'm not actually convinced they're about creating anything new.
Yeah, I'm getting
or innovative. I have a feeling they're about chipping away at their biggest competition.
Oh yeah,
because they're entirely convinced they're shit yet either. But
no, I want to see these work.
Yeah.
But what they showed us, like, this is Wii stuff.
Yeah,
it's here now.
Like
you don't need to go anywhere else.
Like Move was like
why spend $200 when you could spend $400?
Yeah, why not?
The Move stuff is
it's
like
a Blu-ray player.
Shamefully Wii stuff. Like. No, I literally sat through this press conference already. This is the.
I thought it was different at Microsoft until I noticed that like they didn't give us hands-on with Natal. They gave Jimmy Fallon and Parade magazine.
I had
like a
Brett
fucking
got
expose.
to be in a room with it.
I played it last year when it was very.
Did you play it?
Yeah.
Well, you talked to Milo, right?
No, I talked to fuck stupid Milo. Did Milo? They had Burnout Paradise running with it, and then they had that game where you knock a ball against the wall.
Oh yeah,
which I played with sunglasses too.
Oh, wall ball. That is worth.
Itagaki?
No. EA Chicago.
Oh,
fuck. Kudo Sonata. Yeah, he was in there playing it, and it's like, this is really cool, and it's totally tracking my movements. But why the hell would I play this? I don't have a 20-foot hallway to play this in.
You could paint an elephant. Remember that?
I will never do that.
All right.
You can paint an elephant with your dick.
God, now you got me afraid. Like the Sony press conference is going to be like 20-minute Move demonstration.
It will.
That's what sucks about E3 is that it will, because more of the press, not the gaming press.
It's going to be like Konami with Rock Revolution all over again. Holy shit!
It's going to be that. And then Microsoft's going to be the same. They're going to trot out Natal, but at least Natal has like a potential to, because it's no controller. So maybe that won't be as bad as it already looks, because it looks terrible.
It looks awful.
But I'm willing to wait until I see it to go, that's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Have you ever seen...
Until then, tentative worst thing I've ever seen.
Have you ever seen that movie,
No.
Shit, what's it called? Where it all starts with the Jenga? It's a martial arts movie.
I don't know.
It's like a martial arts movie you're watching on a VHS with a tracking error.
Right.
And that is your tutorial for every game on Natal thus far. Every single person here has fucking yawned while I try to make my analogy.
Because you said VHS.
It's a little late.
Yeah, whose fault is that?
moving final part of the community segment?
Jesus. It was Jesus' fault. That was the answer.
Okay.
Jesus was the answer.
All right.
Boo,
Final
Jesus.
is always
Boo.
the answer.
Boo.
Boo for only
Jesus.
making 24 hours.
Why'd
in
you
a day.
put me in this cursed frame and bring the sun down when there's clearly work to do? Phone calls.
Hey guys, this is Token Girl STFU from the forums, and I'm wondering if y'all are going to come down to Dallas for QuakeCon this year. Because if you are, I would
QuakeCon?
love to buy you a beer. A good Texas beer, not one of that cheap shit you get everywhere else. Bye guys, love the podcast.
Yeah.
See, this is why I wanted to see.
I'll come right to that.
We're all blushing all over now.
Jesus.
You sound bird.
That's the thing. What's the date on that?
Way to insult her.
I was
dude.
going to
Jesus
read
Christ.
April 23rd.
Yeah, so it may have already happened.
I think I'm Twitter pals with.
So, yeah,
Token
we're-
Gal.
No, QuakeCon
Probably
hasn't
not
happened
gonna
yet.
go.
So we're not
It's already
so we're not switching places then.
No.
We haven't made
Right.
a decision.
This one goes back even
I don't know
later.
if we are going to QuakeCon, but it hasn't happened yet.
Is it not?
Okay.
No, we wouldn't be sending anybody. But
Yeah.
if you want to ship a beer,
I'm guessing no, based on my E3 expenses.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is Marcus from Brooklyn, and I'm just calling to tell you that TalkRadar is the motherfucking shit. I love hitting my weed pipe and listening to Chris Antista and all the motherfuckers just shoot the shit in their studio. TalkRadar is the bomb, baby. Brooklyn.
Oh,
wow, that makes me feel a lot better about my life.
He thinks we have a studio.
Thank you, Marcus.
We borrowed a table.
Yeah.
QuakeCon is August 12th through 15th. Sorry, we will not be there.
I might.
Never say never, but it's unlikely.
Send me a private message, Token Girl, and I'll see if I can girl.
Alas,
girl.
but we will be at PAX and Comic-Con, so if you're within 100,000 miles of either of those, please come.
And
That's anywhere on the world.
You're right, that's the joke.
More phone calls.
Snoochie here, Colin saying I just got a Super Nintendo emulator, and I'm wondering which Final Fantasy should I play first?
3.
5.
Yeah, I know they usually take days. So
13.
I figured I'd ask the experts.
Which Final Fantasy on
1
Super Nintendo should he play? Well,
Well,
that would be 2, 3, or Mystic Quest.
US 3.
3.
Yeah, 3, which is 6, and 2, which is 4.
No, I don't know. Maybe you should do 2 first, because
Secret of
2
Mana
might not look as cool when you play 3.
If you play
3
like
first.
3, I would say 2 because it's my favorite.
I got this. You ready?
Yeah.
Play Chrono Trigger instead. Just do that. That is a
No,
better.
you should say play Chrono Trigger for last, because it's the bestest.
That's true.
I think 2 is the best, but whatever.
No,
2 is
good.
easier
Making
because
this guy relive time. Like
2 is a shorter game. You could get through it in like 22 hours.
Oh my goodness.
For Final Fantasy, that's short.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Brett, this sound file is 1 second.
Maybe somebody
I can't
hung
wait.
up.
I can't wait.
Wow.
We're disconnected.
I was
Somebody's on an AT&T iPhone.
I just pulled I'm telling you, I pulled the phone calls at random, which again, the phone number is 1-877-404-1337. The extension is 327, and there's still a huge backlog of calls, so I'm just like pulling 5 a week or so and pulling them at random. So we're not, I used to screen them, but next one.
Hey guys, this is Jason from Kentucky. Love the show. Wanted to say, I don't really understand your old bashing of GameStop venues like Amazon heavily that still use games. And also my argument for GameStop is something like this. If you're against GameStop, then I'm assuming you're against libraries, where money does not go to writers and publishers because you're borrowing a book for free. You'd be against used bookstores. You would be against, GameFly selling used video games.
Good question.
I'm assuming the only reason you're really against GameStop is because it's the number one. Because it's the best in the business. They've proven themselves to be the most profitable. Therefore, we've got to have an enemy. It's kind of my thoughts. As an average gamer, I could care less. Whoever's got it cheaper is who I want sometimes. I like GameStop buying that from there for new because of putting all money down on a pre-order versus $5. Anyways, again, love the show, guys. Thanks, bye.
I think the key thing here is $5 because that is how much you save by buying a used copy of a game half the time. It's all about the profit margin. This is why I haven't any axe to grind at all about GameStop is because they will sell games for $5 less. Like you trade in a new game, you will get maybe $25 for it. They will sell it for 55, and that's kind of a disgusting profit margin.
Yes.
You're selling 50%. You're selling the same game
50
twice.
fucking %. Cars don't do. Fucking cars don't do that.
Nope.
Cars don't do. There's no other product in the world you can sell for twice as much as you bought it for.
Yeah.
As at a professional retailer, like GameStop has risen to prominence by this disgusting practice, and I don't like. I'm on the David Jaffe side of like, pay what you think is cheapest, but $5, like you're getting hurt, the developer's getting hurt, the publisher's getting hurt.
It's like if you're getting hurt, at least or if you're going to hurt the developer, at least make it count.
Oh, and
get it for $20 off or $30.
I was completely
off.
that way too, but like you're taking a risk, like with an unopened game.
Yeah,
like that's not under warranty.
No, but you can return it if it's defective.
They have They do have a good return policy.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's the thing, like GameStop,
10-day one.
I have a problem with that, but I mean, honestly, I don't think any of us have a problem with it beyond that. I mean, we buy new shit there all the time.
Yes,
we go there like every other week at least.
Now I'm all Amazon. My real problem with GameStop and it's not every GameStop I've gone to, but several of them have just such aggressive people there at behind the counter, like because I mean they are being told by their managers sell.
I worked at one of those places.
So many pre-orders.
It's not as bad as it used to be. I mean, like back in the days of like Funko Land, it's like they had to aggressively push cleaning kits.
No, all right. This was
just nobody
like,
buys cleaning kits.
Just 3 years ago, there was this one I walk into like, hey man, how's it going? Hey, what game you think is pretty cool? I was like, I just wanted to look at games. Yeah, that game sounds pretty cool too, huh? And then I fucking pre-ordered Fable there, and then when Old Republic 2 came out, they called me at home to tell me I might be interested in it because they knew I bought an RPG on the Xbox.
But was it a robocall or was it actually a dude?
It was a person.
Ooh,
it was fucking creepy. I hated that.
But that sounds like it's just one store.
It might have been an isolated incident, yes.
Yeah.
But
no, it's not a good business practice.
But there was one more annoying story.
Go for it.
I just wanted to buy a fucking DS game in line, and like the line was moving incredibly slow because there was one guy who was at the checkout that, even though everybody would be finished with their thing, he'd be like, "Sure, you don't want to pre-order anything?" "Yeah, I'm sure." "Well, look, I have this book open right here. Look at that game. Maybe you want to get that." "No."
Fuck.
"Are you sure?" Added like 10 minutes to everything. Like
How
he
long
was
ago
being
was that?
He was asking me to pre-order Final Fantasy III, so it was about a few months before that came out on the DS.
Yes.
Yeah. So 2008.
Every time I go and it's like, you want to order anything? No. Okay.
This was at the Berkeley GameStop.
Someone took issue when I said something a THQ and EA charging $10.
Project $10.
Project $10 to play online. I think that's totally, absolutely 100% acceptable.
Yeah, no.
Because when you buy used, you hurt yourself and you hurt the people who make the games.
And if you're getting the game for $5, you still come out ahead. So.
Yes, you still come out ahead, and it benefits who? Only GameStop, who has done nothing for me.
And also on Amazon, I only buy new. The only places I buy used from,
Holy
I guess,
shit.
would be off eBay.
We were talking about that our own commercial consumer whorishness, like just that smell of opening a new game.
Yeah, no, it's
like you
beautiful,
can't beat that.
That's the best 20 seconds of.
I'm not trying to indoctrinate you, but there's no benefit. Like GameStop, oh my God, they made $1 billion. Who cares? Like the games aren't. They didn't send a good message to what games developers should make because it's all sequel based because they offer pre-order incentive based on things that have done well already. Like people give us a lot of shit because like you're only covering sequels and like that's kind of a part of the problem, right? They're the ones always doing the Madden incentives and this and that incentive. Anyway, sorry to bitch. It's you're wrong. Fuck you. GameStop sucks. Eat shit.
Well, I mean,
Everybody
we are California liberals, which means we hate capitalism.
Yeah, we hate anytime anybody makes any money off of anything.
How dare they?
Oh man,
That
people
should
are
all
in
go
business
to-
to make money. They should be in business to feed Mother Teresa's corpse.
That should go to all the welfare queens who deserve their money.
Could go on because I have an empty bottle of whiskey in my hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's dangerous.
But GameStop has made too much money and are completely out of the fuck control.
Out of
Seriously.
the fuck control?
Out of the fuck control. Fuck GameStop.
All right.
Fuck
maybe
GameStop.
I have no real opinion on this.
Yes, you do. Will you buy a used game?
Well, no, I won't buy a used game, period. I don't
Exactly.
care, I don't care if it's...
That's
Why?
not GameStop's fault.
Because I obsess over that shit. The
Why?
only time I buy a used game is if it's like an NES game at a pawn shop.
That you can't find anywhere else.
That I cannot get from a retail.
Or
why don't you buy a used
$100 Panzer Dragoon Saga?
Well, yeah,
something like
exactly.
that,
It's a
But why
sad
don't you
game,
buy a
obviously.
used game?
What?
Just because you want the newest one?
Well, yeah, if it comes out like... I don't
Or is it out of another... I thought it was
Like-
out of another principle.
No, I just don't. I won't buy a used game.
Used games hurt everybody. I'll tell you what you do.
Not because like
Here's
the
what
money or
you
whatever,
do. What was
but,
his
like,
name? Go to college.
But he does
And
make an
go
interesting point.
Go to a college bookstore and see how you're getting fucked over. And that's what GameStop is headed towards.
Ugh.
But like, how is that different from like a used bookstore, for example?
It isn't! Those are terrible businesses! They're one of the worst business practices in the world,
Used
according
bookstores?
to every single economist. Used college textbook stores.
I'm just talking about normal used bookstores.
I mean, but games aren't there yet. Like most GameStops don't celebrate things beyond like the third year PS2.
Yeah, you can't walk into a GameStop and
It's not a treasure
can I buy a used
trove.
Super Nintendo game? No, that's not making
It's
any
not
money
a
right
celebration
now.
of the genre, or the
There's
medium.
a sense of reverence in a used bookstore. When at a GameStop, it's just fucking
Yeah, it's like
smashing
you
you
might
over the
find
head.
something great.
Yeah, well, it's
Not
sort
just
of like a
GameStop,
used
all
bookstore that only sold like Tom Clancy and John Grisham books.
Yeah, it's like it's just Twilight and Harry Potter, floor to ceiling.
Exactly
in a used
like that.
bookstore.
Some used bookstore that only sold DreamWorks novelizations. That's what GameStop is.
I
Fuck
want to
GameStop.
open that business.
But I
Fuck
definitely
GameStop.
don't avoid GameStop to buy new games. Like,
But
it's
we're
just- I don't care.
we're not. TalkRadar is not.
Yeah, in terms of like new games, it's like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I'll buy it there. I'll buy it at Amazon. I'll buy it at Toys R Us. I don't give a shit.
No, I usually try and find the best price. That's what I do. That's how I find game deals.
It's just that they're used game side, tiny bit scummy.
I will never promote them unless
Tiny
they're offering
bit.
something special. Generally on the news side.
Yeah.
Used is not special.
Nope.
All right.
I knew it'll help you out. Who's got something going up next week?
Nothing's got. E3 is going up next week.
E3,
That's
yeah.
what's
Remember
going
that?
up
That's
next week.
I have something. Jesus, I have something posted Saturday, which is tomorrow. It's the E3 2005. Looking back 5 years later, just a
Wow.
collection of pictures I took there before I was in Games Radar.
Back when you were in ABC.
I was at the old ABC affiliate, working as a morning show producer.
You got whatever you wanted
What's the
walking around
highlight
E3s.
picture-wise?
Picture-wise is like the really nice picture I took. That was E3. The PS3 was announced, and they had that shitty Batarang controller.
Oh yeah.
And I had,
I want to be able to buy that. I want that to be like a limited release that I can buy.
so I have pictures of that.
I would throw it to you, but it would probably come right back.
Yes.
And this.
That's why you would buy it.
It's weird. Batarangs generally didn't come back to Batman. Strangely.
No, they usually
you
knocked
hit
the
'em
weapon out
to
of
the-
somebody's hand,
yeah.
or stuck their foot to the floor,
Yes.
Well, yeah.
But
and then sent a splash of pastel that said "Pow."
yes. In the '60s. We that's going up Saturday, and it's just a bunch of pictures that I took, and then also I was able to get some shots from PC Gamer that one of their professional photorologists took. So there's a lot of pictures there. So please look at that on Saturday and comment because we don't get kicked in the nuts if there's comments on our articles. So if you care at all, thank you
love
for
comments,
commenting.
yeah.
They make us feel so happy. And then Sunday, big deal.
What else?
To the same 25 people. Game Music of the Day will have a hub page as of this Sunday.
Yay!
Which I'm making myself and putting up because there will be no Game Musics of the Day all next week because it's E3, and the idea of having that shit go up on top of that is impossible. So there will be no Game Music of the Day next week at all. But Sunday you'll have a hub, and eventually there will be a custom URL. It's just GamesRadar.com/GameMusic. That doesn't work yet, but look for that on Sunday.
Pixar versus DreamWorks rule. Yeah, Michael.
I should have a thing up by today that's games we haven't seen since last E3. I will also have today's Game Music of the Day on Deus Ex, and yeah, it's a thing. And yeah, I'll also be playing the Red Dead Redemption co-op, which I can't tell anybody about until the week after E3 or sometime thereafter, but it should be a good time.
What?
One final thing we'll be tweeting this and mentioning this, but yeah, just be sure to follow us all next week on E3 on GameStop.com on the actual site. We'll be updating as fucking often as we can all throughout E3, and we'll probably do extra podcasts, maybe a couple of Ustreams.
We're going to do a bunch of podcasts.
Just trying to do as much as we can, and the more that people look, the more it justifies it all the time and money that we spend there.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we also have, if you
Starting
care,
Monday, baby.
There's an E3 widget you can download that we'll probably be teasing. We actually have an E3 hub on GamesRadar. If you look at the top of the site, there's a black button that just says E3 2010.
Did you say this is a balls-out E3 assault?
This is a balls-out E3 assault. Our balls completely... It's like we're wearing jeans, unzipped the fly, and pulled balls and dick out. And pants on, balls out.
This is the hardest we've hit E3 with our balls since, what, 2006?
6 was the last time we tried, and it was horrible.
Yeah. Oh.
But we're going to try again.
This will be less horrible.
And we'll be miserable for you, but, just check out that E3 hub. There'll be a widget you can actually download and just have running on
This year's going to be fun. Surprises. Early in the week, knock your shit on your ass.
Yes.
And I'm Games Radar home team. I'm not going to be at E3. But,
Spirit, Hank.
Yeah.
You're going to be in
my
my
I'll be writing things. I'll be watching every press conference diligently and making new...
And last year, I loved your article on E3 shit you didn't notice. And everything you reported, I cared more about than the big shit I saw.
Yeah, be sure to take note of those little things.
Oh, yeah.
Hank will be there.
I'm a news junkie.
Let's do it.
All right.
Get out of here.
See you.
Green Day Rock Band is hitching a ride.